skin problems, weight loss, anti-aging, and more. We will give advice on dieting for all medical conditions. With over 20 years of experience, Natural Link can naturally help you cure many diseases. Ani, mitrese, yebeboa etu yare biara asi woni peduanimu. Ebi ti se blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, akumayare, arthritis, kidney and liver diseases, prostate enlargement, mitre mema yare, asthma, hair loss, se wutiri hu etutuo, empo cancer, kokram yare, any yare bebre ase. Obroni says, seeing is believing. Yade abefu efidie behwehwe woni peduani nyinemu. Eyi yare biara ehinta epie. Enunti frayen was 07384 647 300 or 07459 889 152. Address 9 to 11 Gunnery Terrace, Woolwich Arsenal, London SE18 6SW. Email holisticforall@gmail.com. They say prevention is better than cure, but we say prevention is better than intervention. Dr. James Natural Link, purely natural, getting well natural.
Me obesima, intimate me kunyim kom. Ebinom say a true inti in a worry action. Nanso the secret and say me kojomwa. Ya misha your mama's choice. Say your mama's choice fufu. Say your mama's choice ape. Nikari anaso mama's choice mackerel. And one ajima worry esiwo you. Mama's choice.
And now can you say love? Mama's choice. The best choice to make is Mama's Choice. Mama's Choice, a Ghana dish and oye, or boy for chidom, and I'm say, or to end by any if we Ghana for, no dia pomodin bina asane akahu. Mama's Choice for food is so, and this is a yanum de yaukana F quick at Sodom. Ukweja manswa, and my choice beer and that dow. Mama's Choice for food, Mama's Choice abe, Mama's Choice Gary, Mama's Choice mackerel, never chihuahua raciwo. Mama's Choice products now in all UK shops. For bulk purchase, call 078 08 22 5757. Mama's Choice. Been dear, you be
Menu makwekwe sa sempa kania. Semenam na meti asempa na mamo amane a na ma no keka me. Anyem bia what ANS Trading Agency Limited nka. Se wo ka say door to door for no de na watwa. E sense wo bia ne wa wo say wo sa door to door business nim. Wo nyoma wo UK a wo de ko Ghana. Ana say Germany a wo de ko Ghana. 3 to 5 weeks ebe kwa kodu nipa ne puno no say try. Na de mo demonstration ko say adwuma de we mu ne say wo mo bo no. E da from say boko. ANS Trading Agency Limited. Ewo air freight special service. And on your money, you never for play. Intin Tempana, Quakudu. Obey for Sapa, we also the new free Ghana, Aqua UK, and Germany. FAGG them, which are also in a year. I mean, drop a bomb. ANS Trading Agency Limited pair and a 40-footer and a 20-footer container. UK, Ediba Ghana, and Germany, the Bagan. Oma Manio Mayemre, import to, export to, them there for you. Omo Ghana Namani 0249 170 423. UK has over Freya 790-802-7527. Germany so 9173-771-2733. Ubenya ANS Trading Agency Limited. Our West Croydon ANS Trading Agency Limited. Quantum Brantam. Wana Beboya Basso. Mary, next time in your fill up from the Bebro.
Sit back, enjoy the show. Wow.
Don't touch that dial.
You hear the Furian Ponson. KK Fusu. Water. Kojo entry. That's the bread drumming out. Then you know you're listening to Rainbow Radio. Best music.
Rainbow Radio.
Yedi abruchiri aba Ghana. Yedi Ghana akwa abruchiri.
I started hearing the planes around 2 a.m. local time, and I heard a huge sound, a loud bang that moved all the windows, not only on my place, but around the area. And immediately after, I saw a huge smoke, a cloud of smoke, and that almost blocked the entire view, and a lot of detonations. And immediately after, a lot of people started reporting from different parts of Caracas, of the capital of Caracas, the same things that I was witnessing, the same reports, the same explosions, the same sounds of planes and helicopters flying all over the city. Now, we do know that the Venezuelan government, Nicolas Maduro, issued a statement, and the government confirmed that this attack was not only in Caracas, but in Miranda and Aragua, and also in La Guaira. So Aragua and La Guaira are very important locations in Venezuela. Military, they're very important for the military, of course, but in La Guaira, it's where the port and the airport are. And apparently, there are reports of the port of Venezuela being absolutely destroyed.
Great music, great conversation. Rainbow Radio, 92.4 FM and DAB+.
Rainbow Radio, your bonnet there, station papani. 92.4 FM.
Rainbow Radio, 92.4 FM and DAB+. Oh my God, I love Rainbow Radio. Many colors, many voices, one God, one station. Oh my God, I love Rainbow Radio. Many colors, many voices, one God.
To be the third day of January 2026, the year of our Lord Divine Selection, considered all of us, and we're still in the midst of the living. You know what? The richest people in our midst couldn't buy the year 2026. So why are you not grateful to the Divine Majesty? Why are you not appreciating it? Why? I think you do appreciate everything that our Savior, our Father who art in heaven, did provide during the course of the year 2025. And, well, how many days now? 3 days into the new year, January, on the 1st, or the 2nd, or the 3rd. As we step into 2026, I want to also thank you, and especially you, the person who takes the time upon himself and set aside a portion of your beautiful time to share ideas with us on this program as it is in Ghana. I'm more than grateful, and I want to thank you for the love, loyalty, and support you continue to show. A new year is not just a change of date. It is a fresh opportunity to rise. We also have to think about rebuilding. We also have to acknowledge that we have an option, and that option is to rewrite our stories. So let the year 2026 be the year you believe in yourself. Again, you got a life, and that's the ultimate important thing. There is no rich man at the cemetery. Do you know that? There is nobody who could tickle him or herself and say that I'm very rich, but I'm still not alive. Nah. So we have we have to keep that at the back of our minds. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to think that 2026 is the year for us to begin to believe in ourselves, and then regain momentum, the mojo, once again. No matter the challenges that you faced yesterday, remember that every setback carried a lesson, and every lesson has prepared you for greater things ahead. So we have to anticipate something positive at all times. Do not let fear, do not let doubt, or past failures limit your future. Work hard, stay disciplined, and remain kind. Success is not built overnight, but through consistency, patience, and faith. And there's another one that says, where determination exists, failure can never dismantle the flag of success. Wherever you are listening to me, Sir Richie, on this program, and my team from London, the capital of England, Accra, the capital of Ghana, Kumasi Osekrum, the second capital, from Manchester in the UK or anywhere around the globe, Know that your dreams are valid and achievable. May this year bring you good health, peace of mind, renewed strength, and endless possibilities. Keep pushing, mate. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep praying. And never give up on yourself. Happy New Year. The year 2026, it will be blessings upon you. And all I ask God is one day at a time, because He will renew your right to be on this planet Earth without your consent. I know you've had a good time during this 2025, and definitely know people also endure certain different categories of painful experiences, but notwithstanding that, you still got your life. And I have nothing but to proclaim the name of the Divine Majesty up there with Asida Bain and the Enfamana. Asida Bain and the Enfamana. Huh? Let me say Merry belated Merry Christmas, because many other Japan wish me to be Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. The Rashid on break couple. Rashid did absolutely brilliant. He did over expectation. I expected it, but it was over. Rashid, bless you, mate. Bless you. Rashid of 87.5 FM. Did occupy my seats while I was a bit away on 2 consecutive Saturdays. Unbreakable Rashid. Nice one, brother. Nice one. Well done. That was absolutely brilliant. Let me say a big hello to Emmanuel Ashley Numo Quante Numo Tete Dromo. Let me say hello to Audrey G of Tema Community 5. The As It Is in Ghana team. Apostle Polo Usufrim Paul, how are you doing, sir? Happy New Year. Let me say hello to Mami Gladys Mensah in the music industry, Gladys Bosco. Gladys Bosco, how are you doing? Let me also pay a compliment to Lawyer Koba Jassi. Now in the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Koba Jassi, Mechabe Bray. Openi Kwejesiama, aka Puene. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Great, amazing. Amazing. I'm sure it's something. You better share 2027. 2027, better share be watching. Ozi geniuses na pia ba betima catch me present you. It me gidi na break asasam na January so be hwe hu ibuko kojaka kwema ka be bow be kun kojia tre kwan so tre be bow. The most sophisticated weapon Nyankopon aye boafo twedi ampo Nyankopon ga chaye no. And the brain, the sophisticated aspect within the confines of our anatomy. The brain. What he has here? Great. Available topics in this show. As it is in Ghana. Yakurai. Oh, say, but the hego concerning Bessia. And Yasam Yankan command penny between Kuma, Penny for Franco Fan and then a Yachi or Mampeni be and the ya. And yes, some cranny. I was a lie. Hey! As of Donald Trump, no, yet to say, Angel being disguised and I said to trust him the end of that, as I can be some the men some day about Panade. What Venezuela Mampeni. Wasoni mu asoni yiri mu watime wurakuru makọ mampani asuye akọfa Venezuela mampani ednaba be hye manhwe no so America ho Obizo vasa cool Italiano was ofan bibiro likuru asoso also bode you ready and you say kwa na kuzu yase wow Venezuela need to Russia, so I did Russia. It's me. I answer making statements said there be the cost money and jehu. Then Russian team for Kokobobian come America. I be for your baby principles and common. Ye baby say who say susian pass who susie and susan sobe nebeba. A dear Tina Brante Donald Trump fa Venezuela mampeni se enwa. A dear painty, but pay better Kunyano so film Pinuni Dumiansa 2013. I'm for Akaka crab, not just 2026, you know. Nanka Papa in fear Dumiansa no. And as in fear Dumiansa and Uncle. I'm for Papa bet now swallow. nipa adwane fi Venezuela krom ho no eye wo pepepe o ba ko reckon 1 million adwane opposition leaders bebre adwane na say Nobel Prize winner ba ko aye born na baso na sa bodin kese de to no so no abijafo ye ono so adwane from political persecution. Abijafo nanu adana ye Russia America eko to bomb kese bi to aye ship bi ma adanya ship no e de cocaine drugs akese na etu anamo abijafo Latin American potemo obi enim se Venezuela na yonko brebo pa ni Cuba Venezuela etimi commande franc wankasa ye ka franc wa o commande franco emre bi etwem mfie duani achi na me ka enkura wo ma shada so sika pa na Venezuela e ka ho abijafo Fidel Castro and Chavez de ofi o betra so afimpe ape ahankona de okononko 1999 on the lawyer srani soja ni paratrooper wa bedri wo soja adwumanum ono so be ye ne de kopim se cancer demfo yi be kum papa yi twetwene ye abijafo hona mampania wo tiso yakofa ne nsa enwe betena so abijafo be boroboro so bebre kokobo be na America de ma no American shede sabi o move Venezuela and anu ada bosume be se ba ko na wotwi na America mampani e ka che Venezuela say for when you to trust some said drugs like a CN de keka ho na wo di hu kokume o ma Nicolas Maduro o bonus akoko ka chense so when you say to trust some no ade obema na to Venezuela ho no ani be nyan Ebjava branch and sheda antie de America kind that small kinds America you to trust some do American timi obi oye sovereign nation wo de ne ho no America entimi me kan de ope enkere no na nanu ada America ko bombo ne shen na se ne shape na ne sinsuo so no Venezuela se da bi no ni drugs bia wom ye ni adanse bia se o mampani president Nicolas Maduro eye drugs bi nanso no ye America mampani Donald Trump akasi su pain those ni pain se papa no ehye na ebo Wana a daily in drugs was show much kutupa. Emma ekoso. Na nam send the sike wo kromo 77 periods a toilet ro kram father hu. See the who dense o currency ni bebre. Ave krona jija edum penso bi se mbakaya na Venezuela wana ti krom hono no abusua na wo mo resume wa kwaye brecho mumwa zu aboa no ho ye no nofo ani acha e komtisi wo ayare sabe nyina to pansam ye. Na ye so the Venezuela totumi kuro Ghana hu Ghana ye fa better. For US eco strike your machine. Now, I'ma capture Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro after a large-scale strike on the South American country. US President Donald Trump and the Bekai. Sabre di baby e dina kwashe ebisi o California, ebisi o Pennsylvania, ebisi na kwashe Virginia. Amanfo nhye de ehu de ewumu afena enche Donald Trump baba abekasa. Trump said Venezuela's left-wing president and his wife were flown out of the country in a military operation in conjunction with US law enforcement. It is special forces of America and the to Venezuela so esa anapai. What me a silence you be a watu to bomb neutralize asrafo e bon ho ban nyina akwa chia no se sa mam ye baba chimwako abujiafo it happened on the 3rd of January 2026. Explosions were reported across Venezuela's capital, Caracas, in the early hours of Saturday morning, including military bases may be neutralizing horrible. Venezuelan government has demanded proof Maduro is alive and deployed its armed forces. In the Venezuelan, some defense minister say, "Omo person who said Maduro any yere yinkuomo and no de minunu obie nim se yekuoma na se yekuomo." But America say the omo ba America, US Donald Trump say the omo mienu nyina aba America. Where am the defense minister so say oba be deploy na srafo nyina full out. Abujafo sabro bi nim de ba kokusie ebra Venezuela emre bi atwam 2013 sa mampani na eba betena so no owura Maduro so no mo be kaya 2013 no frango boko from say show abujafo na ye hwa aye commodity pa ekone boko soro aye gold Sabra Minuka se kunkoholo mo survive a little bit ewo oil ho. Venezuela down for panic Cuba because of one of our doctor for nyina efri. Cuba ni didwa, Russia ni didwa, China ni didwa. Intina ni da China and Russia so. Sabri de amana ye hu pa ne sebusia. Russia enhye dan fa na no disembia mai. So we Venezuela mo so nyi Venezuela mo mi ye ntimi nkyere. Na mom se Russia enso be bit trigger no se ni business interest be America for betra so a. For Russia and the other BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Now yes, also almost 10 year money ekobo Venezuela. Now for almost 10 year money ekobo Venezuela there. And then now Americans soon NATO forces for no. And I say one like come boom European countries ni United States of America no. One more so money on mutijina. Na eye pinso. Until say ebia Russia say see am say Russia the odia babon tian say men ye ni nye de akoso no ho. Omo condemn America. Omo cast omo so betu America so sa. Omo insist say papa na yere emfiri hono Venezuela for nankasa ene say yenyi papa na yere ana Cuba so de na no atum kakra say America yi won timi metra wiase popo bia na anu ada na wotwe twa mu no ana to share Nigeria so no ko bombo Nigeria importabi ho say Islamic State for dia kakabensem ya brasem ne apofesem omu kunkuma Christopher ya kuwa Christopher do odika bom kokosene odi Venezuela mampeni no. Maduro's capture comes after heightened tension between the two countries, with Washington striking boats in the Caribbean it says are being used to carry drugs. The American Washington ebija tumu say grebo. The US has accused Maduro of being personally involved in drug smuggling. The US, America, they were bomb Maduro, Coco, and that's what they are shadow capital, cocaine, drugs like class A, all the category A class drugs, you know, what Maduro said, or no, and the show machikutupa, or no, and the smoke because the Cialo, the currency way at hata, a confita, Venezuela for Nipa, Nigani free krum hormone. Life expectancy rate is what Tiaba from. It is Sadia or resorted to the use of cocaine because no they no bo Castro mo Pablo Escobar for a month for with drugs almost say almost sponsor and me by Montpellier as a cruel offense of Venezuela and also the US has accused Maduro of being personally involved in drugs. So at the moment there are few details anyway about Maduro's capture. Trump did not give more details about how Maduro was detained or where he has been taken. Up to now, may President Sabrino will be a better so baby Maduro and ye say a train ye and almost show montadier or banning the cool dump pemna or Maduro Krana Sabi Predators on Yan Lande. Niagasa, sir, please stop it. I'm going to switch it is shatadia and a true judge and so. Mom was America so the bus service the way to address a woman, the Amufre Mamibia, Mom, yes, also she appealed to Nafa or Watadio Gusu Nabese Emma Yanko. Maduro was captured by the US Army's Delta Force. The Delta Force, now the name of Choknore Negaze Sinikeke, for US Special Delta Force, the military's top counterterrorism unit, according to the CNN, according to BBC, almost say Trump is due to hold a news conference at the Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida, and said 11 o'clock in the America for that means 4 o'clock exactly, and net 4 o'clock Donald Trump but apart from drugs or they are told so, apart from political persecution, apart from so treating the crew, apart from say or detaining a man for prison without trial, apart from say all of a sudden a politician, all of a sudden criticizing the guy Maduro's government and nearby say we a bit Trump is coming to deliver a speech. GMT and 1600 where further details about the operation may, I'm not saying he's coming to disclose everything, may be released because this is very strategic, this is very tactical. They need to make a plan and come out so that it will not trigger any possible mayhem or chaos because Venezuela, other countries depend on Venezuela. Omo oil, omo fango, other countries depend on them. Now Venezuela can also take another drastic measure, say, in Krumkwere frango komo mafiye jai. Ya momu bium. We will strictly depend on other countries almost when it comes to the area of importing stuff from them, when it comes to the area of patronizing other commodities or products, but definitely not our oil. It can also lead to all of a sudden say but to franc boom and to be depending on Venezuela. And I say Venezuela it means supply franc gubiano or bet me so take the second option say afadia maybe my franc go bolo to say I want to jimino. So it's very dicey here. So that is why maybe Donald Trump will be very economical. Maybe will prove to us say papa ne yere no yenku omo. Papa ne yere no bibia nyomo. Omo ye safe wo hanemo. Ediana Donald Trump bet me adiayeno or bet me am ye dynasty with US near the Papan Atum United States of America. It is looking a bit blurry here, but not until 4 o'clock this evening at Donald Trump Russia and respondo. All the BRIC nations and respondo. China and respondo. All the strong economies now we are now. How many Venezuela ever strong ties Cuba and responded into a be a chance of Trump about Kasa by 4 o'clock. Our defense minister and foreign minister Sinipa Bebrine we are fin no more kind. Because military base when you civilians one are now almost within the presidential Vela Horman. I say your Mampeniasri or Honobe Brina de Wu. It's a fin ye penny be a free robbers moon. A fin ye piggy penny be on be same with American be Delta Force for special forces no Baku Crampa and Twana Namo and Siedo. That is the report so far. Once again, are you no one knows what is going to happen next. At the moment, Venezuela's Vice President Delcy Rodriguez said the government did not know where Maduro and his wife, the First Lady Celia Flores, Maduro were, and demanded immediate proof of life for both of them. It's Venezuela Vice President Yan Chinibi into a Sicilian who he said Donald Trump be respondo what the country's defense minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez one of those who they are strapped one be call all out meaning say no man the Daniel be fragadam sisa woman penny kwaya but Sabre the defense minister say it was so sacrificing the whole armed forces of Venezuela just to prove to Donald Trump say and no Bema he would do it. That is so according to the defense minister, Vladimir Padrino Lopez, he claimed the strikes hit civilian areas and said the government was compiling information about dead and injured people. He added that Venezuela would resist the presence of foreign troops. Venezuela's government issued an official statement denouncing the extremely serious military aggression by the U.S. against Venezuelan territory and population in civilian and military locations. Now, it accused the U.S. of threatening international peace and stability and described the attack as an attempt to seize Venezuela's strategic resources, particularly its oil and minerals. Venezuela for oil panel more frango. Venezuela for the ebobo bano. The whole world na kakrabe kubia. I say America botine say the frango any nankupon a chomo a natural resource no. And na Donald Trump Pesubuvia. Or say in an attempt to forcibly break the political independence of the nation. Ebishafo Ebetwaso. Yambro topics na akalas ebi. Yeah, and topics na edoso. Memphis Shidake Shenkoma Losiga. Losiga, thank you very much. DJ Fu, well done as well. DJ Fu. Amazing, and that was absolutely brilliant. Well done, guys. Bootlicking of the highest order. Fifi Kwete descends on NDC members calling for a third term for Mahama. That is getting dicey here. Constitutional Review Committee for no, I'm recommended say on third term. But you ask me, Sir Richie, say a third term say Mahama be I'll tell you, say it's too early for you to be anticipating or envisaging that. It is too early. Even though the constitution is a bit grey, the constitution never said so. The last time Rashid Unbreakable was even saying something about that, the constitution never says the 2 terms. No, it was consecutive, and as if one from the 1 4 year to the next 4 year, like Nana Dankwa Kufuor-Addo the 2016 to 2024. Na mom no say ye to betiaw. Na sa o say bebiuma a resetting na be 1 term, and na say ye de be second term no. I don't know. They said the school abusia for na P4 na ye repeat me. Say bia say rich utire wudu abon count P4 ha. Na bia ye de Rashid echo P5. Ye de Joshua echo P5. Na say rich metre manemu. Now say Joshua ne Rashid to aso P6 ah. Na me so metimi yire me ho na me be P5 na. Still some lusu 1 year be wo, which I can never gain that back. It's ideal in the case of many akọ. It's English about you failure akwala exams. There be utrewu na musa I know some bank karaju yenu so abon ba mwani na ho yenu ho ate de na hia ne afre agade afre na yeso ba no le IQ sa na uba ne IQ anu odin pa we very good we say ye ba yen kase betina wanem. It no matter what, I've lost 1 year there. Ideally Ebia se kamene Rashid de Joshua etimi ko P5 no bomu a and kebe try the same exams on the same day. I've lost 1 year. I've lost and I'll automatically become a subordinate to them because I'll classify them as my seniors. So I won't even have the opportunity to sit the same exams with them. So at the time I'm graduate here free university, me 1 year behind still. Into that 1 year, be a job prospect that time, not job market boom one year jumantem. Meme time no because I'm a failing. I'm near bomb fukuru for and the bekashi bo munutu. Be not the limitations be about my brabum. So that is why the constitution is not clear. Sir, your mom penny, your cassa with 2 terms now. Would 4 years. That's also did twice to be never 8 years consecutively. What me and ya 2. And now says so, Koba could now fail near repeat you are. Ba kuna ukoye no ahyagu edu say bebiom na obi behye Kufuor-Addo behye mu na sa obebiom a constitution say reset ne ho ekọ 1 term na say ye de that na no ada na beka ho na ye 2 terms and the constitution failing. But I personally think it's too early for a lot of people to be calling say Ura Mahama bro. Yeah, he's doing well. I wish for over last year he's doing well. I would say he's doing well because he has kind of stabilized the currency and I are gaining momentum. I am very strong. You're looking at about 40% now gaining against the major currencies in the world, including the pound and the US dollar as well. But that is too early for us to wish say on transfer for the next 1,000 years. That is too early, Abishia. I think it's too early, and I don't really think for peace and tranquility to prevail. Well, the masses can be calling for that. But what triggered that conversation? Okay, can we change the constitution so it becomes 5 years? And Muhammad cannot give you and I any excuses. Say, 1 year no me buy and I'm this second year na feda me be in this after be in this. Can we make it maybe 5 years? The offer the opinion piano no correct. But I want to carry ni bread. The moment you because Mahama Sama better so the next 4 years you better so or about 2024 me boy 2025 or the kunim 2024 yes so in 2025 in figure crash hard than him or we are some family beka hono na e be your brain be so one man so ba or you very innovative, very genius, very creative but na brain e bo akokwara e ba do na ba be obsolete e be data cra. So let's stick to that constitutional elements that highlights the 2 terms. And the 2 terms, they have to also clarify that. They have to explain to us. Say a 1 and 1 consistently or continuously, or 1 and a Kufuor-Addo beshim no kwa 1 na pepegu. Yes, I shall see you. We want that clarity there. But in the meantime, let sleeping dogs lie. That man is not even interested when it comes to the 3rd term. Maybe he's been hypocritical there. Maybe that's what they are going. Because that man has got unprecedented record. Because why MP 1999 is saying obeye deputy minister, obeye minister, obeye running mate, obeye appointments bebre, obeye president 2012, or opposition, wasaba beye mampeni, opposition for 8 years, wasaba beye mampeni, waye DC, ne recorded here, he can boast of credentials a lot. But I don't think that automatically makes him the only person with that sophisticated part of the anatomy, the brain, to be extremely genius. That's incomparable. No. There are decent people in Ghana as well. We tried him for 4 years. The year 2012, by the kindest case, the sudden departure of Ura Johnny from Atamils, up to 2016, he lost the elections. Therefore, Ghanaians decided to test a different person. Maybe Akufo-Addo is making Mahama look say he's our only solution. Maybe MPP Mahama look say only the only solution. But maybe there's someone there with the nation at heart. I don't think they should be contemplating on the third term. It is unwarranted. It's unnecessary. And I think they have to debunk that conversation. It is not right to me. Say, yes, I'm John Dramani Mahama third term. But notwithstanding that, the voice of the people happens to be the voice of God. If the masses are crying for Mahama to come for the third term, it's up to them. But left me alone. It's too even early for us to be thinking about that. Moreover, say someone the third term, but Ghana for and they be deciding. I've told you what we know about U.S. strikes on Venezuela. They've captured Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro and wife as well. Ebonowa remanded pending psychiatric exam to reappear on January 15. I was for Ghana police. Amache dodo. Omukra nyinanka unsa omu tumirike feel Liberia chichini benche say bono wasi nsuo ba beto nti nipa dasani nipa timi nya daje say we are coming we are coming say kana ebo dynamic might be ho no na say ayi to paye bia na bomb bia nkokuo mu nyina. For why are we doing that to ourselves? Yeah, we're serving a living God. I'm a strong believer. I'm a Christian. And I'm proud of it. It wasn't my fault I was born a Christian now. But I don't think I can be misled by some of the so-called renowned men of God. When I used to work at Radio Mercury, I was so for being about me. No. I saw for more far me time I'm sharing same piasa a Jenny Dean Okumasia and Sana made the Joe Chinoko Chukwano. I saw for the baby Richie, Yahoo Bibu has say I see a bumpire my hey, stop it, mate. Leave me alone for Christ's sake. Yankopon no mama idea say me create me program na me famba me yero. O nkaso bokume. Wo na oba be catch me Yankopon catch so bibi baba ye me ho. Mushama to hell with you. So for some of them are good. Some of them are very straightforward and truthful. Yes, of course, Yankopon yin chire power dayem. But bonowa akwadwetwa nkwapia se wakɔren selfo na ase de wo hu pubi da hɔ na wo dae na sasoro chi bi bɔna nsuo bi pagya no soso ne dae bɔne basa bi na ɔde bae se bibia kan so mmenwene kodoɔ na Yankopɔn kan gye nkɔgye jata mienu mambatum asoro mienu mbatum enu mienu mbatum onche nanche mienu mbatum because obese wi ase de a ɛmoa na bɛyɛ na ɔmasa ba asase su bi se ne no wayɛ no nanka utumi ko chijata baako pani baako no wache sebo baako no wache one na yiri nyina nanka ne sagu omuko ho de serichika be hwa me say yes ebono wa yenye udeni huye boy ebono wa yenye be se ko de hyase we jata anonko nanka ho nanka komode no pa nonka se maame Yankopɔn so nsuo ba be 20 maame nankai maame fa nkonko hye eye koduo no wate na ye hu se ampa na nkana de no ho che no so wa amene na yes ye bono wa yenye udeni uye boy ebono wa ntimi ankoche jata baako ntimi anche sebo baako na Ghana fo atu atese dio machi abusafo if I happen to be the president of Ghana sankrofo ni nyina be community service wo mu nyina be community because Ghana efi nti ehia nipa o mu no hweye na yedmo mo tisa gota no bi mu mo mpepre kromo na sa nipa na tu atese ko ho no mo no emergency spread yo mu nyina de ayi praya hye wensa ye de shavwa hye wensa ye de kenta kura we say ya bo we kehire we sa walantu walansa we tigotem ne de gukentemu imagine one day the way Accra be ye fe sabe ye say akwakochi bonuwa I call her not dream. Watch it. I was like, come here, say, that. Obama John Dramani Muhammad New Year message a prayer bushia for New Year message no me say ye bo e ho empopoye kakra na etie o se na ni abre pa o se da che na nyina ye dia Ghana fo nyina dia nti ye momodin a say ye be sum da che na ye dia wompani. Well done, thanks for the encouraging message. Say that che na wompani, but I keep telling you, and I've said this over and over again, talk is cheap, Mr. President. Talk is cheap. So may who said that che na ye dia. Mr. President, you still know, say, up to now, qualified graduates, qualified people, they are willing to serve the Ghana Armed Forces. Omu try bribe as an omu with them. Omu ko police, omu try bribe answer. Omu ko a Navia, omu try bribe answer. Air Force, yeah, German bribe. Do you know, say, we politicians know, and you should protocol letters and send their fact and Kofukobi at the expense of the much more qualified people. How can you tell me and convince me, Mr. President, sir, the future they belong to the youth and then they belong to the youth? What kind of the dead man penny? Well done. But wait there, I beg to differ, mate. No deal. Until say, why are the practical measures are to aquemwa? I feel me quaco pass red media. Me say, ni se me kuhu assume so bentinko Jessica and sunny for me a Juman penny. Please spare me that rhetorics. Spare me that rhetorics. For Christ's sake, Mr. President. Let me tell you, Mr. President, what happened here last week when the government is unfolding that plan, and it's going to happen. Oman penny, UK are buying. Your population that kaka is 70 million. You can buy say akwale bia wedding fie dunsia. You can buy one penny make so much me, Mr. President. Akwale wedding fie dunsia. Labour government he say will be bia to wasebra. Never so asre adwuma na hwe. Say by air, by sea, by land. Was you be to Mamma Colebia? Brad never for rigorous training Libimu. A fino and yes, Braben voluntary, Mr. President. You have more £26,000. The UK government and the other trouble team. Now the £26,000, no, the 1 year, no, so Fusa Soja Juman and Yamawa, what me jai. I'm penny now. No, damn, what's mobile fan quala? I mobile fanny pub. No application forms are motor. The money, no, I non refundable, Mr. President. Secondly, the future the youth for home and you more youth be up to now you who say heads are rolling po. Mr. President, please let's be serious as a nation, because of course you're doing good, but it is woefully inadequate. And don't come and give me that promise. Well, as I'm talking to you, Mr. President, people are taking perilous adventures to reach the shores or the borders of the so-called developed countries, which the natural resources, the minerals, the money, everything you've got in Ghana should be sufficient enough, and the share of the cake must reach each and every one, the destitute, the poor, the impoverished, the vulnerable, the physically challenged. But that's not what is happening. It's a month from the Mediterranean Sea, so the future is not a youth, and today is not a youth, Mr. President. So please, wake up, Mr. President, and do the honorable. Because it looks like Ghana for power semba. But don't come and give us that talk, sweet talks like that, Mr. President, with all due respect to you. God bought the Honsa by $240 million. Which you have say at Appensum. Some young figurante a discussion with a multimedia company, and I made some extractions from that. So I'll be playing that as well. So God bought apparently they've not made any loss. They rather made $960 million in 2025, according to Sami Jamfi. And it looks good. There's been a serious explanation surrounded up. What is happening? A dimmy beto abonte Bawa Rock, a minority. Could you pon kruma ebejina abonte, a chilchum na Bawa Rock, na Bawa Rock, ya Bawa Rock, na Bawa Rock, na Bawa Rock, na Kado Super Samija and Fiabeka said. That MPP was a cow, what a tigu hormono, and Yagoro. I mean, that's why I keep telling you, the politicians are politricksters, mate. Since I could you pon kruma, they were low kum, I just a banquet, or chichimu, can you see us saying? Yes, we don't want them to be armchair critics. We want them to be strong critics and make sure they substantiate the information they've got. We're coming to find out whether Kwadwo Nkrumah's press conference was anything good to write home about. The only credit I'll give them at this point in time is that they are watching. which is good. They're not lazy opposition. They are watching. But one thing in country, let me say, Ebusia, one mresono, oboka pe and soon. Obia basuso up to September as they claim. On also about Bobo Keka Krebia, just say, yeah, they compare with you within 2 years now. Kadoso Pro, no way to make General Malcolm Wuntini, church me must say, where you're cron for. Ebusia for come with clean hands because you're going into equity. That is something that baffles me a lot. And that is why the politicians will try to draw that. Almost 12 years to say, wham. I was over a almost press statement and I responses to Samija and Fiso Eddie Ama. At the end of the day, as I keep saying, this program is not here to please anyone. And I'm talking about a politician. This program is designed for us as a radio station and our listeners, so for us to have interactive discussion, conversation. So Mushamak, there may be politicians who say, we don't need, I don't personally need anything from any politician anyway. And I thank God for that willpower. So when we come and sit here, we have to holistically address the issue. We have to comprehensively dig into it. That is my task of sitting here. Good. NDC doesn't want me to become MPP presidential candidate. And here, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, for this year's mobile deal because my tenant, my young TSA, be must say, in Tokobe CMPP for primaries, I'm not for Tokobe be walking in Japan. So, right now, because we're very aggressive, Bawumia is very laid back, but someone also made a statement. At the end of the day, there's method in every madness, group people. Japan maybe gets agitated easily and he loses control. That's why I've said this over and over again on radio that he needs a spin doctor. He needs someone. But from recently, you can realize that there's been a change in his demeanor, the change in how he addresses issue, the change in how he jump on certain things, getting agitated, angry so soon. But maybe up a power, maybe up a leader, and also a reform in home. From the other side, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia is laid back, very laid back, but he's got ideas as well. But someone was asking a question: what's the essence of being so gentle to that highest pedigree, but you haven't even created jobs? So if someone will be, excuse my language, will be back in today, tomorrow, and back in, and that person can ensure that there's food placed on someone's table, then that person is the ideal person to lead Ghana. Once again, very strong. You asked me a question at a point in time. I had that strong belief in Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, and I still believe in him. But when you sit down also and think about Kennedy Japan, the businesses that he boasts of, the amount of people who depend on him, which I'm against though, because you politicians made our lives so hard, so every day the people end up depending on you. We don't need someone to depend on Kennedy Japan to be paying the school fees. We don't need that. But because of mismanagement in the country, until Yamana catch say, you to two politicians to two I said your blue na kukona dan who baby even though na kukon pain I want to read him. So I don't need Kennedy Japan to be doing that. Said Ukraine fan into my perfect no yen in Yamaya. Kennedy Japan will be out of the equation. I think Aqualebia and Nani Jacquana buying a studio semester no. The means test will come in genuinely and po here with you buying a study in a said year. I say I don't expect somebody to come and sit and tell me that they can boast of say yet to me to go to 11-point-something billion Ghana city, yet a 13-point-something billion Ghana city, and then someone is drinking dirty water for. So we need to change the nation, simple as that. And then the lives of Kennedy Japan will not be significant, will not be recognized. We don't want that to happen. But on this different balance of probability and who is probably the ideal person, I think both of them solely qualify. Forget about Kennedy Japan's insinuations over the last couple of years. Forget about how he gets agitated so quick. Maybe it's part of him. But the good side, people need to also consider. So I don't see the essence of this 31st of January election culminating into chaos. I don't see the reason why. Anyway, we'll see. And it's a yen to come dear. And about NDC from Peso Beman Penny. No, NDC from Peso Beman Penny. Let us not surround ourselves with individuals who consistently validate our performance without critic. Dr. Zineto, no. Abjafo obia oben ubia de bia no de obon nsem why ade otimi kanche wo obofo ye ne yi no firi wabrabo muntem. Obia on de o praise de bia bia o de unkwa na ye perfect we ase o ye ni monchineti ko visa. Dr. Zinato say enisi omode nkofuku a be sarande omo Ebushafo, ebe sarandi omo hu ankwa abo omo nsem omo ena e wo se ye ka se omo ne wo se omo ben yen Ebushafo. That's a typical nature. That's, I think, every human being, you must have that. You should be able, strong enough to criticize when the need arises. Don't just criticize for criticizing's sake. There should be a method in what you're talking about. For the last time, those who read my article editorial about the Ghana High Commissioner to the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Zita. I wrote an article because he was having a kind of banter with Ajimai, National Service Secretariat issue. And I wrote an editorial and I said it straightforward. I said, Mami, for Mama answer questions from Facebook. You do better handle Ebushia. Say, Mami, in Kuala no stranded no mon share Konya sa, when your mum penny, a bit me abomodia, a musika, a mom. Mami, Yan Casaba better abons the hill. Yekasa brand be did a distinguished person be. I just said, who should Lipa Kurampo who be the first mom our Bekai who Kruma. India more quaba name woman, Sabi and Yabrepa English Abrichimema. So motionless Ajimai Ebo Chrono, Munchana, which I wrote it went viral. A lot of people attacking me. As I said, I keep saying, sir, I'm immune to certain things like that. I was for the next week or was it a week after? There was a program. The Ghana Commission members they had to go and be the MC. Because MC no or him about him at one more. So pa because I reach you natural article against me. La me fa who say team pote. Because me MC oh hono Ghana Commissioner deputy for you now hono. Ebusha me twono mo sa na lady ba ko ba say MC pacho wadaroma. Ubetimi amamene ma na kokasa. Ebusha for na am you too. Now girl no me who no. To be honest with you, what means will look pale. Why ha and I'm so also high table and your bed day. Say, between pieces about my money back na ye besa. Many met me bisa against a query ni saying, what they say, me patrol, me a student. Yeah, yimedi, every school more, yen chia misika. I was here for that's immediately a poor lady said that. And they say jinja me about the article. So, me and a quick, na me invite your excellency bar platform. On any very nice, simple gentleman from the United States of America. Floor. Until I had to mobilize the deputy and then the special guest. She was a special guest of order and all other people. While she was dancing, and she's so bubbly, she's down to earth. While she was in the midst of the people dancing, I realized, easy up, and I whispered to her, and this poor lady. I made sure I arranged for the two of them to have that conversation. But God being so good, she showed so a mother. Even though the banter she had with the Ajimai on Facebook, she repeated similar thing in front of me. Say, I buy back on a best and quiet. No, what broke I go out. It's me sharing him. No social girl than him. And I said, name mom no here. We will solve the problem. What it? For one number no way or yeah. And the personal PA, another gentleman at the Ghana Commission. For one number no way. But also just number. And I said, Mom, you're very serious. I said, I know, and we are working on it. That is what I'm expecting. That is exactly what I'm expecting from these holidays. Now, sure, be this year, you know, girl back when you say, oh, so Sukura Gumisua and so. Mesu Mahama Mama appointed me, Bia Kurumahan Babushia. That is exactly what we want from our leaders. Nothing more, nothing less. You are here to serve us. But great, Abusha, that woman is exceptional to me. Exceptional. Great. there's been apparently it was revealed, watch night service, a political attack plotted against Ghana by a super nation, according to Apostle Lilian Kuma. Audio no. Bishop, the secret efforts be underway. Said I'm with my frustrating 9 months a Juman wa Ghana. Now 9 months a Juman, I'm some frustrated. I was see a Lands and Natural Resource Minister if you honor. And this is coming from somewhere, and this is likely to happen. So what they want to do, some superior forces, and this is the editorials I'm going to handle tomorrow. Some superior forces are going to con and try and coerce and convince the president say yen reshuffle kakra yen system kakra me na yen hwese nyama betimi azesa. So recently they've started attacking the Galamsey field again, saying say you slow the pace enya de ekoso as a manfo faili as enkoye, so that they can reshuffle the Lands and Natural Resources Minister and NIMOS will be eliminated. Abuja for me di hunkonkombe ebaba betabontin Enche and those behind the Ekukudam for the political party, the incumbent administration members, some strong chiefs who have actually harbored strong dissatisfaction and hatred for the NIMOS team. So Sadia and let's go to the president, let's advise the president, let the president reshuffle, let's push the Lands and Natural Resources Minister to this sector. The NIMOS will be rendered useless. There's so many more coming up. But let's go to Tema Community 5 as we engage Audrey Ejiri with the news, community news. You could go now because I'm not trying now most in penny funds with Sikadoso Pro get money billions now only tata almost there be we are so no much we are China in any deport over China in Nasaba Ghana. Abusha for you deport China for no, not China for no Saba Ghana. The same you deport to in the Asha wine the end there's a twin child Abusha for penny for the bree a shame a handful a sabotage a Jumano. Abusha is not a win-win affair, and it's going to happen. It moves a reshuffle, but say bam. Now, Makai, when you hear about reshuffle, remind us of what's a Richardson. But it shouldn't. Bizamahama, sit up, wake up, because that is the only solution. I bet Mama Galam said to wake up. But some people go down with other people, Mr. President. So let's be very, 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 very careful, mate. Anyway, let's switch over to Tema Community 5 as we engage Audrey Ejiri for the community news. Audrey, happy New Year once again, and welcome again to your own station, year 2026. Audrey, over to you.
Sir Richie, ewie michia yetie fo nyina. Me am the community news every yetie for me din the Audrey Ejiri all the way from Ghana. Rainbow Radio ewo Ghana ha say saso na Rainbow Radio ewo UK. Yechia yetie fo nyina emma obi biara happy new year. Na yesra nyame nhira edito obi biara so. Wama mo so ya sene na ye di as in Ghana ebre yetie fo nyina ye da obi biara ase. Na week we dia yensa ka efa communities ahodo ho ewo Ghana ha say na me di breyetie for me di kan no na the executive chairman of the Jospon group of companies, Dr. Joseph Siao e Japan, one ne yiri Dr. Mrs. Adley Siao e Japan. Womu ade a womu eye ane se edu festive seasons na bronya ade omu ye pa ane se womu boa Ghana fo etitro womu mu ni bie emma womu nso omutimi emma Christmas no eye womu ede we week womu kopie woni fie ewo Accra ha say emma wode omu celebrate New Year ne pepepe no over 5,000 Ghanaians and ekopie Dr. E Japan fie na sa 5,000 people oyomu nyinara adoya wan kahwe esan se ade a oye wa for almost a decade now. Obi bia nim se edu New Year Dr. Japan ene ne yiri Mrs. Japan omu yesa adoye no ede ma Ghana for na niam ni bia ochiche ye no cooking oil 5 grams of rice or momu mackerel e mankrofo soft drink ahodo a wo mudu ekọ mu fie ama wo so mu fie ayehwam ayede saa susu na wa wo ba ye no wenja wo sa akwa wo kosusu a wo fie wa anasa wo fie kire na eba doctor Emma wo lorry fare wo de befa car e de akwakodu fie asomdwe mu we na opa kire sese Nyankopon sa so so na so ohira wa wo so ade a wo beye e de ama afoforo ene ne se wo so beye nhira e de ama afoforo nti ono de wa fa to ne ho sese every year biara se otiase a hwie nya ne de ade obeya ne se Ghana fo ahodo a ewo Ghana ha se no obeye wo madoye ama wo mo nso omufie ayedenti se rich me no ka se over 5,000 of Ghanaians se wa ha se ene edi kwedi omufie ayede papa yes etu aso biom no ye domestic currency ye Ghana cedi ye di e wo Ghana ha se no ya aye se sia no timemufo no etimi yiyi bie firimu a wo mo pa kire se no de nya de omba yusu ani ukoto ade e wo bontin so na okra 20 pesos ye na ye nkrofo din traders ahodo no mo ye sa de ne pa na we pie kita bia 20 pesos mienu kita 10 pesos baako na okwa akopɛ nsuo bia to no na pie water seller ka kire se sa 20 pesos ni 10 pesos e crown de enka Ghana sika ho ntenya ade a obeji krampo na ode aye adwuma we ha adwene papa esan se nkofo bebre na na yusu sika na ekọ ekire a ne asan ede abro mo batema ha se na okotema community one marketer bebre na na eye sa ade no ekire se man 50 pesos ankasa na so be man 20 pesos de enya ade a wo ba abegye na ye wo Ghana ne sika ya kira so se ye nyina ye ndie na ye ankasa ye sisi mu akase ebia pebi ye mpebi no enya ade a eso eni enye tema hanko a ukọ akra abro no bebre e wakra market ahodo bebre e wakra wura honom na okita sa ya currency e 20 pesos any 10 pesos na traders empese wo mo be agi sa sika no we na stakeholders e patre say e was a Bank of Ghana any wo ma ehia etimi ma education no kosro na Ghana fo hu se sika ni biara e Ghana sika bia no e sika ya hira so asan stamp so so bebia wo free ba bebia wo ko bia utimi accept ma ne yie se e be ya ye beti ye ho ase na yetimi ejai sa ade na ye no na baby ti se Malamata market wa Accra se rich enya asem ketua wa hwe ye kura na nipa na wo to ade no kura woni wenya ntokwa de wako gidi esan sika wonti ase ninti no yesre se Bank of Ghana ti yenka ena no peyi a ana wie yi a ombran tententem na ombeboa Ghana for through education na ye hu ni se sika no ni nyina Ghana sika na ni nyina so di a yie Sasu na Mayor of Accra Honorable Michael Pakpo Alote ane ono susu Accra Metropolitan Assembly ono hwe papa obu adwumaden ade aboa Ghana o see the Metropolitan Assembly's 24-hour sanitation offices wo hono no o see atona kuma so pa esan say during the festive season no nkrofo a wo mo wasa department no aye dwuma papa around the clock e de aboa say Accra be ye the cleanest city ane na say dwuma na nkrofo na ye nti no aman aso nani enu nti no o ye na dwe say wo say o hirehira sa nkrofo na wo mo bua ye ma yetimi siesie Accra hono no na beneficiaries ahodo no include truck drivers executive excavator operators ahodo a mo TM AMA hono mo sa su na ona end of year get together edi ma wo mo pa emma wo mo nyina ani gye no ewie peye na all kasa no ka se wo yiri wo hu na wo ye adwumaden a ye be hu se wa ye adwumaden na hu aketua soso aba wo na osan esre wo mo se ye we ya ye rem 2026 no one more Accra Metropolitan Assembly's 24-hour sanitation officer no or san taxi woman say ejuma aban esokrasi last year enu nti omu shom ntume mo shom ho den na wo mu ntimi emboa AMA na yentimi nye ejuma emfa mboa Ghana man nyina especially Greater Accra region. Sarichi me ko ade me sakan nam dabre yetiefo nyina makram
Oh my God, I love Rainbow Radio. Many colors, many voices, one God, one station. Oh my God, I love Rainbow Radio. Many colors, many voices, one God, one station.
Rainbow Radio.
Yedi abrochiri aba Ghana. Yedi Ghana akwa abrochiri.
Nice one from Audrey Jury. I'm sure for Audrey Jury. Heady Ababe G. Don't call power about power meted you know and so. Meted you know and so. As the Ghana Stasis. Hey J. And think of your woman. Let's go. That's right. What's he put? What's he put? What's he put? What's he put? And so much DJ. Was it Yamiacha one day? Let me say happy new year to Mr. Joseph Abe. Uncle Mike, I can say happy new year. Mr. Bonsu, I can say Sami Amanfrum, happy new year. Francis, Ottenden, happy new year. I know my listeners, you know. Antiata Belgium, happy new year to you. Happy new year. I'm not telling you. I can Manchester so happy new year. Malam Abdul, happy new year. I am the listeners, let me call it singing. Ghana for call it singing. Rainbow Radio Mama, happy new year. Nana Boku Hakini, happy new year. Chantel, happy new year. Happy new year. Okay, amazing, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Then if you are branching, I said done. Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year. Sukohima, happy New Year. Joshua, happy New Year to all of you. Boshaba, happy New Year, Boshaba. Great, amazing. I'm just for yet say opposition at the ebe trouble thing.
Many villages across this country providing clean, safe water to villages, schools, clinics, and farming communities. $214 million could have employed many teachers and nurses who are struggling to catch the eye of the government to pay or to issue the necessary financial clearance so that they could be recruited and paid. So when the government tells you that they have lost $214 million, it's not just a number. It's jobs, it's roads, it's people's lives that they have lost. But that is not the full story. Again, if you will remember when the Gold Board Act was being passed, we spoke extensively about the need for traceability so that Ghana's money will not be used to fund the purchase of Galamsey gold. Now, while the financial tragedy unfolds, another crisis is deepening. Illegal mining is continuing at unprecedented levels. You are observing on your television sets the destruction still of our forests and water bodies. Yet, we are told that the purchase that is going on is not a purchase of Galamsey gold. If you check the data, the export numbers by the large-scale exporters hasn't changed much. And today, there are no other exporters in town except the Gold Board. So who is buying the Galamsey gold? It's a question out there that as we go along, we'll begin to point direct answers to. What is even more worrying is that in the face of this devastation, what we are seeing are statements being issued from the Gold Board and the Bank of Ghana trying to obfuscate. They rely on some words in the original IMF draft to suggest that this is speculative or that this is a significant downside risk. We must be clear. A loss of $214 million has already been made. It will be about $300 million at the end of the year. And the people of Ghana cannot be taken for fools by some long-winded statements seeking to parry this tragedy away. Colleagues, the truth about this government is that they have not introduced any superior economic ideas to governance.
Abjavo, every Omaki statement, Oka, Obo, Dimbi, Barrock, Omonkwa, Ena, Omo, Eto Gold, Emma, Bank of Ghana, and a gold board. Yeah, a gold board, so they are Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana, MSC Kaduzu Propa. Now, some MPP form plenty way behind say Barrock on yet in a film near the Nunum 2025. I was for some Jamfi Ababe Church in Yamemu and Anapa. A bra ukupie radio station be so ana or to the num and as the television station so and I want to watch them one Barrock ye bien 2015 and get 2025 for me in TB.
Barrock Company Limited is a company incorporated under the laws of Ghana. It was incorporated specifically, I believe, on the 15th of January 2015. 14th or 15th of January 2015. So it's a 2015 incorporated company. Okay, so I can...
2015.
When you hear people say that, oh, this company has nothing to do with gold trading, it was not registered for that purpose, it is not true. And I'll give you the evidence for you to know that, yes, it is registered to carry out a number of activities from mining to farming to dealing in general goods. But one key principal activity of the company is dealing in precious minerals. Now, this company is also not a mushroom company that just, surfaced in the gold trading space. As a matter of fact, it was licensed by the Precious Minerals Marketing Company to deal in gold in the year 2016. 2016, the predecessor of the gold board. Yes. And since 2016, the company has renewed its gold trading license every year until 2025. Every single year, the company has renewed its gold trading license. Now, this company we call Barrock has been one of the major gold suppliers in the country. In fact, they were one of the major gold suppliers to aggregators under MIFS. When I say MIF, I'm talking about the Minerals Income Investment Fund established by the MPP. The MIFS Gold for Reserve program in the year 2024 when the MPP was in power. And I'm going to give you evidence to that. So now let's go to the evidence. These are the company's registration or incorporation documents showing that it was first incorporated on 14th January 2015. As I'm saying, all these copies I'll leave with you. Okay. I've also given soft copies to your producers. They can project it. Again, the company updated its incorporation on the 20th of November 2023, right, and became Barrock Company Limited. It was initially Barrock Limited.
It is that company at the move from 2015 and get 2025 senior MPP for Beka, and also a change in the company limited Ebeka a year 2023. Ninano or Dilly Gold, Abrana NDC MPP, a woman mono. Here share a home and Poyaka crack at the Korea, a Jesu Dilly Gold, and we take a crack.
Again, let me give you evidence of gold trading work, significant gold trading work done by this company. Now, I told you that the NPP under MIF rolled out the Gold for Reserve program in 2024 on the instructions of the then Vice President Alhaji Bawumia. The main aggregator, one of the main aggregators for MIF was a company called Gold Rich Refinery Limited. Right. One of the people who were the main suppliers of gold to this aggregator is Bower Rock. And I'm giving you evidence. This is a letter from Gold Rich addressed to the manager of Fidelity Bank. I've given your producers a soft copy, which is redacted because this one has the bank details of the company. Right. So they can project that. And as you can see on the screen already, it says transfer Gold Ridge Refinery Limited. This was a transfer instruction of 40 million cedis to Bower Rock under the MPP to buy gold. And there are many of these letters. Number two, in the year 2017, the main gold buyer in Ghana, one of the biggest gold buyers in Ghana, was a company called AA Minerals. If you are you're well versed in gold trading issues in country, you would have heard of the name AA Minerals. There's a certificate issued by AA Minerals to Bower Rock dated 3rd August 2017.
Abujafo did some major Kenya as a MPP was Suginano. Now one of Mudili aggregators, no more Bob Good and Anono at the Bano. We aggregator, or now buying the Mausika. Saje never got too good in the bra. Into almost too good in the Dawson. You will tier 1, you will tier 2. And you will self finance for so or more the music and Kotoba. Now, aggregator no swabemu. And one more and not just buy more musica and more Mokoto. Some feature near my baby Muminti.
As in. So number one, it is not a 2025 registered company. It is a 2015 registered company. Number two, it is not solely a farming and fishing company. It also deals in the precious minerals, and I've shown you that. Number three, it has a solid track record in gold trading, acknowledged by Gold Coast Refinery aggregators under government's Gold for Reserves program and so on. And I've shown you his activeness even under the XY regime. Right.
No more Juma Habra MPP ewo and so press conference no man said and church the Musa. See politicians bar and some more can different abusavo. Ghana sabe mo may adwene da ho ne yenhwe nkorofo ne se omo ba se beboa me na me mabusua nye yie enye obia ne pe oman ne yie. Abusavo Bower Rock for yi emi se ye kote so mo de omo quality mi to good no. According to the press statement now, amoye no na press conference no. Na mumu entesa ye wo ekuku bebere wo hono mu a omoto gold no. Edo so same yemvi chirechirebo e wo ha. Yewi e bebi say ho say den enkuna Bower Rock nkwa na be the sole aggregator. Sole aggregator na just say wono nkwa na to no mum na aban esi jisika na kwahwe gold ne bra. Na oto free hwan mu ho. Wo gi free hwan mu ho. Ready onye so by according to what Samijevi said, contrary to what the MPP also said. And he be tier in the woman tier 1, tier 2, self-finance and aggregators. Muma no so yintie.
Has a 4-tier license buying system. 4-tier. First is the tier 1 buyer. The second is tier 2 buyer. The third is the self-financing aggregator. And the fourth is the aggregator. All these licensed buyers buy gold for the gold board. So not only the aggregator buys gold, the self-financing aggregator buys gold. The difference between the self-financing aggregator and the aggregator is that the self-financing aggregator uses his own funds to buy gold for gold board, while the aggregator is funded by the gold board to buy gold primarily. Okay? Tell them I've not got into these tables yet, so they should wait. Let's go systematically. Now
no, it's not being shown. It's
okay. Then the third, the tier 1 buyer is a grassroots buyer who is licensed by the gold board to buy gold from licensed small-scale miners.
The tier 1 no, gold board man a license, so make me a 12 free small-scale miners, illegal miners, small-scale proper licensed miners. Obetima 12 free more. Now tier 2 so betima 12 free, tier 1 who an small scale for self-finance the one the sika eto. Aggregator na kasam they buying the money sika so onkonkoto. The self-finance so ba ko 12 free, tier 1 tier 2 for who and the ono agigirije and ogusu chechim tier 2.
Tier 2 buyer is licensed by the gold board to buy gold from both the licensed miner and the tier 1 buyer. So they are all good buyers. In the year 2025, the first year of operation of the gold board, we issued 9 900 buying licenses. 900. Under our tier 1 license, we issued 269 licenses to qualified applicants. Qualified applicants underlined. Under the tier 2 license, we issued 578 licenses to qualified applicants. Qualified applicants underlined. Under the self-financing aggregator, who are also aggregators, just that they are using their own money to aggregate gold for us, we issued 52 licenses to qualified applicants. Qualified applicants underlined.
Is that where Bower Rock belongs?
No, Bower Rock is the aggregator. And that aggregator category, we issued 1. There were 31 applications for aggregator license in the year 2025. Only Bower Rock met the eligibility criteria for the aggregator license in 2025. That is why Bower Rock is the only person as at now to have been licensed as an aggregator of the Gold Board. But that license application and approval process that the board of Gold Board, the governing board of Gold Board does, not Sami Jenfia CEO. Sami Jenfia CEO and management only recommends. The board grants approval for aggregator license. That process is an ongoing process. It has not terminated. So today we can have 1 aggregator. Tomorrow we may have 0 because we can even revoke his license or suspend his license. Tomorrow we can have 10 because 10 people can meet our eligibility criteria. So people say, Bawa is the only one buying gold. They don't understand. They lack information. We have 900 licensed buyers, all of whom buy gold.
Abjafona say enye Bower Rock Company Limited kwani to gold. Send some je fichire mu no. Ya ma license kwa hankono. Ya di bibiriama tier 1 for bibiriama tier 2 for tier 3. Ya move 52 as 53. Ana aggregator no the main one are buying some the sika be mo amakoto go ne acquire Bower Rock Company Limited or non kwani timito. Adan ya nipa duasa baako companies duasa baako na de omo enkrata buy. Na bronika bibi say eligibility criteria. I just say I was here nusu doko donso unkrata ne mu nyina. Na baako bi ho no mu a was so timi nya ye guarantee bi na as a bond bi as ka bi dawa e woda futu mu a emu oduro e be so billions of cedis just in case say o ye mazika na ka ba e betima akwaje was so license insurance policy so insurance for no in case we are buying this insurance okay you bet you scan my Gold Board into there you ba be chesiu ababa giskalo enkovuku ba ye nyina no obia anyone mu a onya bi the question bi o ma say dan and a Bower Rock kwa be the only aggregator and na mapro no akere no na mo yenti same je finche kire mu niam hu hia se odeba e was a bullion van e was just say wo a statement be miensa sika no emu oduro e was our offices nti o mo hwe mu nyina no na e Bower Rock Company Limited and ekura sa niam a won epanyina.
Bower is the only one buying gold. They don't understand. They lack information. We have 900 licensed buyers, all of whom buy gold. Then they say, why is he only the aggregator? He's the only aggregator because he's the only one who has met the eligibility criteria. Let me tell you something. When we say an aggregator, what do people understand by that? There is no license in Ghana that enjoys the benefits of an aggregator license. Some say, have you heard of somebody going for a license in any institution? And after he gets the license, the state gives that person money in the billions to buy gold for the state. If you go for a BDC license, you are going to do your oil business with your own LCs and your own credit lines. Absolutely. Same for an OMC license. Okay? But when you say somebody is an aggregator, it means that he's entitled to receive state funds to buy gold. And therefore, there is a strict set of governance, legal, operational, and financial requirements he must meet as a risk mitigation measure. He must have minimum 3 years experience in gold trading. He must have minimum 3 financial statements preceding his application. He must have at least 3 buying offices in the country. He must have at least a bullion van and so on. But the most important requirement is this. He must present to the Gold Board a bank guarantee or an advance payment guarantee from a recognized financial institution that accords with the insurance policy of the Gold Board to secure the capital support he seeks from the Gold Board. You understand? We are not some zombie sitting at Gold Board where any Tom, Dick, and Harry comes and says, I want an aggregator license that will entitle me to use taxpayers' money to buy gold. And you say, I've given you a license. We are not sharing
and of 30,
aggregator license like you share
of 31 applicants. Bar Rock is
only
one. That
and I'm saying it on Newsflash today.
For the 31 no, a criteria no more no. Bower Rock Company Limited in Kwa and I'm provided. That is what Sammy Jeffy say now. And you know, bank statements never cover, insurance policy never cover. Say I bind this kind of amount in case it's kind of okay basa. Not just insurance company no etuyama a year Gold Board. Now Gold Board so let me in Sika Kuma Bank of Ghana because every week biano Bank of Ghana ma Gold Board about 4 billion Ghana cedis. So on fan koto gold mra. Say ne benya a year reserves enough. Ama you see the no so a strengthen. Apart from that, no, also all 3 years experience. Apart from that, no, I was all buying offices in Kwame and Samians about Kwame and Sa. Apart from that, no, I was all bullion van. I just say, Yentimin to Biamum, Savanoa, and what in there, a bank for the Quaji Musicano. Went me to mum to boom boom boom. In the announce body. It is one meaty sad, they went to me from out. It's out of all the 31, no, or no quantity me and meet the criteria. Nina. A serious discussion here over the salon. A bit my basso being a shade na buano. Bit my basso is a truth, nothing but the truth. MPP, they always rest on you now to come and prove beyond reasonable doubt. Said the more cannot a factual, the more can more evidence to banter, to counter what Sammy Jeffy is saying. And yes, I had normal politics as usual. Sammy Jeffy had the courage to dare. Abranti only did the press conference, no. Say, so information be I just say out of the 31 now we have potential aggregators, no. Obi o hono meet the criteria. Anna almost deliberately Gold Board cast some contract in manner. Of one say I will be as the MP no. Omo dia kojo upon chroma. Omo dia for information in bra. Let's listen.
Yes, he has given us an advance payment guarantee covering a trade capital support of 2 billion cedis. 2 billion cedis. And that is why the board approved the application. If some people had done that when they had the opportunity to do gold trading in this country, they will not be chasing the aggregators today for causing financial losses to the states. Exactly. Look, we are ready and happy to work with anybody who meets our eligibility criteria for aggregator license.
So the other 30 or the 29 that did not qualify, what were the incidents that disqualified them?
The main critical thing is the guarantee. And I'm here, Kojo Oponkroma, you have addressed a press conference. I'm challenging you. If you can give me one company who has applied for a Gold Board aggregator license, met all the requirements, especially gave us a guarantee from a bank or an insurance company, and we refused his application, put it out today.
For some a question, a very important, sir. Bower Rock Finance Company Limited, and financing by the government. Bower Rock, according to the Mrana, they aggregate and the GSS. Senior or no better to go to. Now, Fena Sabijan say Fizabe contrary to what could your pon chroma and the two public say, a Bower Rock Company Limited in Kuala Toby Biano. This time around, separation kakrabum, and delegation kakrabum, and I may 12 tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 ho, if I so let's listen whether a Bower Rock Kwa and I buy financing on let's say Sikano, a dear no dear, contrary to what Kojo Ponkroma made mention.
So is it only Bower Rock who is funded by the Gold Board to buy gold? No, that is not. It's not only Bower Rock. This is how the system works, Samson. The aggregator received direct funding from the Gold Board. And we have secured our risk by taking our guarantee. The insurance company has also taken from him a counter indemnity, which means that if you toy with this money and you lose this money, yes, we will pay to Gold Board, but we will pursue you for the money. You understand what I get it? So we give the money to that aggregator. Then that aggregator, at his own risk, or at its own risk, now looks for licensed tier 2 buyers of the Gold Board. He is not allowed to finance or to fund a tier 1 buyer, because a tier 1 buyer doesn't even have a buying office. But a tier 2 buyer is well structured, has an office. So the Gold Board contract with him says you can fund tier 2 buyers that you find credible at your own risk. So Bower Rock has 53 tier 2 buyers licensed by the Gold Board that he funds on a daily basis. Because when you give him the money, he must give the money to other licensees to go and buy gold. That is Gold Board money. These 53 tier 2 licensees also have other tier 2 licensees and tier 1 licensees that they also give the money to supply them. That is how money trickles down in a de-risked manner. Okay. So Bower Rock is not the only person funded by the Gold Board. All the license buyers get Gold Board funds, but through Bower Rock. If we have 3 aggregators, it will be through all the aggregators. And the 2 aggregators, sometimes you hear people say that, oh, Gold Board has given Bower Rock $10 billion to buy gold and all that. Let me prove to you the quantities that the 2 aggregators that we had to suspend, they bought within the 4 months we worked with them. One of them bought gold, supplied us gold worth 13 billion cedis. The other supplied us gold worth 11.8 billion cedis.
Gold Board and the human say a num say we use so aggregator because we meet all the eligibility criteria. One say Bower Rock, let's say ye out of the 31. One or the Sikane Bemau. Sikana or the Bemau, or cross check you say. Wo ukresi kadoso progu accountum. Or insurance policy in case this is Sikano, a share insurance policy be back to Gold Board. Na says Sikana de Mauno. One must actually mrekutu sad the amount say. Won't me enko esewa nkasa ukwa kwaya nyambera sere kakabensem ne momuno enam se sika de betima sane ko wona ide license 900 licenses na ma omuno e betima sane ko mo nyina no na ye obi a oye aggregator no nso ekohu tier 2 buyer. The tier 2 buyers no out of about 270 something no issue licenses no aggregator we say no emba emu 53 sika so mo nkoto gold mra. Na tier 2 buyer no so no because aggregator ni hu akwanya so tier 1 ho because tier 1 no ni akande bia wo ho ni office bi otonjo betimi disika no ahwim nti onye onfa kuma tier 2 because they are well structured. In the tier 2 so se me pe gold no so dan ni ahwe tier 1 buyer. It is Sikano if you aggregator no na a court tier 2 na tier 2 so asanimu self finance aggregator no one e Tony Gold Board no one e kwani sika nti ye control in free hormo but sebe a ye tier 2 ni tier 1 bit ma survive ni no o sa aggregator no oni tier 2 dealing na tier 2 so you so no any tier 2 ni bia sa go to bi wo ye tier 1 follow na on eto free small scale license miners hormo no abujafo e bisa sami jam fibium say Gold Board a Kadoso Pro Edaho Anna.
With one, as Gold Board made a loss, emphatically no. The Gold Board, even though it is not a profit-making, public operation, has not made any losses. The Gold Board, for the year 2025, generated revenue to the tune of 960 million cedis, a little over that. Our expenditure for the year 2025 stands below 120 million. These are all unaudited figures. So if you look at our management accounts, we are on our way to declaring income surplus. Gold Board does not declare profits, it declares surplus. There's a big difference between profit-making institutions and surplus-making institutions. Now, it's very clear that we will be declaring a surplus of nothing less than 700, 800 million, to put it very conservatively. The law that established the Gold Board, the Ghana Gold Board Act, specifically under Section 42, requires us to publish all our quarterly financial reports on our website. We have done so.
Right.
And if you check that, you will see that everything I'm telling you is factual.
Yeah.
And by the end of first quarter 2026, that is by March this year, the Auditor General would have completed his external audit of our accounts. And we will publish all our financials for everybody to see that Gold Board has not made losses. And when you hear people talking about Gold Board losses, maybe they are dreaming or they are hallucinating. That is what it is. We've not made any losses.
I was for say Kabiani ho. Beside the biom say, and I say, Yanyanity say, more the Kalina Good Bank of Ghana so. Some Yenvizobi, I am more Kadie. Now, no other aquafin pinini do noon and nine. The car now a whole cry 960 million. Expenses near Makaka 2025 near 120 million. The dear Kukosani a bit mere declare profits, surplus. The near Ninaswa Ababu Hormo, and non quampon bear 700 million Ghana cedis. And it's a dear Kabium the Woho. And as there be Yanyan TSA, more the Kanina Ako Choku, a year Bank of Ghana, and Okre. Was it Alobi a Yanni Kadia Bedia Choku Bank of Ghana? Moma Yenti Nemo was saying, one a church lay, a better na MPP to swallow, and which share the say, one will be to Massa Hong Quine, and penny full Benyesika. It's a bit I almost say a Canada who because Nasa can be more a bonus pedidi, and maybe a community.
3 to 4 billion Ghana cedis, not dollars. Right. And you are saying you have made profit and you have not made a loss.
We've made surplus.
Because we are told that what you are doing is that you are transferring the losses onto the books of the Bank of Ghana.
Thank you for that question. Thank you. The reason why we've not made losses as Gold Board is that every money Bank of Ghana has given us, we have accounted for it. We've given them the gold equivalent. And we have gotten paid. We've been paid our agent fees. That is why we've not made a loss. But let's go to the claim. You see, when you catch them here, they move here. They say, oh, now it is not the Gold Board that is making a loss. The Gold Board rather is transferring its losses onto the books of the BOG. How can an institution which is not making a loss transfer losses it is not making? Does this make sense? How can we transfer losses we haven't made? What Gold Board has done this year, you see, a child must learn to crawl before it walks. And a child must learn to walk before it runs. We established on 2nd of April, but by law we took over the PMMC structure. And that PMMC structure is not fit for the purpose of the Gold Board mandate. So we needed to put in place the necessary institutional and operational framework that can deliver the Gold Board mandate, which means new departments, new units, new employees, new systems, new policies, and all that. So our supervising minister,
including police powers,
exactly, setting up your task force and all that, because PMMC didn't have a task force. PMMC.
I was for common source. Among the Kabia, among more Kabia, sir. Now, yet near maybe a little while, MPP are buying the church, and I come where say, Omone Kademo, or Nekat, the Bank of Ghana, the money be on the Sika Acomano. Mezaka Rashid, Beka Bobodai. Rashid, upon the same Baba 92.4 FM. So, about Juma Papa over the last couple of weeks. Well done. I wanted the abo. Hey. I want not, but we are Ube Gary Cat to Wusu, so she about Huaworo. Hey,
yes, yeah, Cremua. Yes, yeah, Cremua.
I really didn't want
I
amazing. Yabu, Rashid, yes, only Donald Trump, no matter Maduro's no.
I asked some more, and I was. Now, all marks of Michigan, and I was reading through the UN Charter on a ban of invasion of countries. I said UN Charter makes Yao because we Article 2.4 of the UN Charter now. Actually, say ultimately, far a yo and near the different church of combo. or maybe territorial integrity or mine say obey you should be now would have obi mind. So I'm more referring to an act of aggression. And Osha and Rana Emma only 2 exceptions. Menosha Osha. Let's say so person Ubungra obi mind so na e bi anipano ono abebo wura ubi wobra onye edushi ana udi wo obi mind then ye be ya
self-defense.
But Usha near US.
I know Article 51, self-defense. No. Yeah, UN Charter. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because Yoma ye no, I am in Africa. Yes, I said, one more UN Charter. So Amma, one more president, then first lady. So one more action. Say, I mean, yes, one more charged Apano with the use of offensive weapons and other offenses. No. Why should it take the United States government to do that? Don't we have the International Court of Arbitration, any other allied agencies? So, yes, it's too early for the
you and me and condemn US bombo or more cargo ship. No. Venezuela, I said no. We attempt to say Venezuela, Massa. USA finance UN a lot. What Jessica Papa US and Ankasa won't the move United Nations is about peacekeeping, almost kind of support to baby. About NATO forces are only contribute a lot. It didn't say or cut about 40-something% out of it. No. Eddie, I am just waiting patient. About 4 o'clock, Donald Trump will make a big statement. Now, I am very likely to be say or be charging in prison in America, and that is where.
But wouldn't that also amount to a breach of international law and protocols? You and I, Kasa, I enshrining. I was say we are suffering now. And this also brings to bear the question that. China, South Korea, and Russia, they always claim that they have allies. And Venezuela falls within the Latin American territories. Allies. They don't regard the United States government as an ally. Rather, one more share to the Asian countries. So people are asking, say, and then we are almost from allies of Venezuela and other countries. Omuni US Shedda and Bob no one a man for people said they only say they are allies when it benefits them, but when it comes to some of these issues, now some more.
Unfortunately, no, a bit my breach. Senkaya dia kon tuni so sadia. And can you bet me using maybe say sanctions? Edi atata no. Obet me a trigger UN convention ni bi na what they atmia abomodia atuni so sa. But unfortunately for Maduras, that is why they went there with the special forces. Unfortunately, Emma Maduras then they no. Now he's been brought into America. So yes, America can jail the man. That is what makes it dicey. It is not Donald Trump. They will go through the legal process. Because once he's in the U.S., Maduros will be taken into federal custody, which I presume that is somewhere in the bosom of the federal prisons. Brought before a U.S. federal court, he will be formally informed of the charges. Don't forget to say Donald Trump akachense ni kurono cocaine ahodo eba ho nyina bebre na fi Venezuela. When ka akwa attack akọ bombo ne vessel adaya or suspect say vessel no head towards the kuroma be distribute into who say or a threat, and for that grounds he's defending himself against external aggressor. Meanwhile, Maduro said no. Only element be Anka or deba be this aboneno. But it looks like Trump is in favor of the opposition. Remember, said the opposition leader is in exile.
Yes. Yeah, the opposition leader had also challenged the outcome of the Venezuelan
elections. Yeah.
Answer Nicolas Maduro had declared, said he was going to win the election by hook or crook. And people had cause to worry, said, by these statements, it meant that he was going to do certain things. Say, election when we near, he was going to turn the tide to his favor. And the opposition then has also challenged, said, tally of the results, and the election was in their favor. However, unfortunately, Eya Ora Mandura was not declared who winner. Emma, he has been in power for almost a year, since 2024. He has been in power, and like you are saying, the United States government has been listing some countries. Almost sanctions are Trump. So, said you, Nansen Kranoba Kaya. Almost some nationals be from some countries. Mucha, Mutisa Kora. Emma and also the Pia Monty. Emma charges are not more bomb when they said they were bringing in drugs. The U.S. thought said na a drugs are 80 almost month for 18 almost sanctions are yet to form. So now so it has become a challenge between U.S. and Venezuela because Donald Trump now Casano or see one Venezuelan leader no warnings upon warnings several times say, "Oh yeah, you make beer, me say now na man you beer one year na one man for aha 18 these strikes now what take our cheap papa. It did not start. It has been in the news.
I will watch it.
Yes, several months. And Nuntina answered, "No, what Kenya no what
and Rashid, there's one thing here. Remember, say America never recognize Maduro as the president. America recognize it.
Yes.
So this becomes dicey when it comes to head of state immunity. Because if he's a legitimate elected president there, then there will be an immunity clause which could be pursued by lawyers from Venezuela. Now, this is someone. But this is some.
It also begs the question.
Yeah. Go on.
It is also begs the question. Say, is it going to be a fair trial? Because pre-judiciary, the president himself is claiming that the Venezuelan president is a threat to the United States government. He is pretending over a leadership. As you said, they are allowing drugs to be sent from Venezuela to the United States government. He has been declared as somebody, as said, quote unquote, or a president who was not validly elected, a sort of somebody, Obibeka say, is a persona non grata in the United States government. These things may influence how the court is going to handle the matter. Unless a U.S. court will say, a fair trial, a lawyer to represent him, send your beya, and say, one more maybe swan, or more presidents now cannot be one.
Unfortunately for Ora Maduro, so far as the U.S. recognizing itself a legitimate precedent, say about U.S. trial and sentencing here, immunity will be denied, which is inevitable. That presidential immunity will be denied because they are not recognizing him as a legitimate president. Now, if that gets denied there, he will be convicted. Now, out of the conviction, possibly, we just coming up with our opinion and what is likely to happen. Out of the conviction, he could face years in prison, U.S. federal prison, possibly life imprisonment, or best serve a term like any other federal inmate. The lawyers from Venezuela ain't me and man be defending America. It can never happen. Hopefully, he can hire the services of an American lawyer this time around. But as it unfolds, we will get to know more about it. But it's so surprising. And my question to Krump, I'm a person with Bisa, Venezuela defense minister, ISM, so the troops, you never call out, I go fight it. Donald Trump, no. Now, I'm away.
But let us also remind our listeners that prior to these attacks, the U.S. government had taken control of Venezuelan oil tankers as of December 10th. Now, Papa Mandura, he has also accused the United States government of trying to take control of oil fields. And Venezuela is one of the countries a ban on oil exports. Oh
yeah.
And President Nichiremwa, he is not in support of the United States government having an influence in how their oil market should operate. However, opposition leader now no say no deep minimum free in some our support from the U.S. government. So it begs also the question said, Kobani says, speculating and now, as Jimmy said, Mandura may face prison sentence in the United States country. Now, Kobani said, government no stabilize that. A bit near say oil market a bit shaky because I can say vice president he may be acting president.
What the man can do
is he going to get the free will to operate? And I must also say it may sound conjecture, but we can also rule out the possibility that there may be spies within Madura's government who made it possible for that 15,000 troops now Donald Trump send and to gain easy access. Because ultimately, let me say, the difference is so weak. He said, be within his government to work in connection with the U.S. government for them to penetrate so easily. And Obama said, within his government from Becca. So Donald Trump now and your support so until the easy. That possibility is also hard.
I mean, Tower DB Sobakaya 1989. Nezusa. Yes, it's we. Panama, meaning Okaya, Panama. De facto leader Bibai. No, a former military ruler of Panama. 1989. Near friend Manuel Noriga, yeah. US Foko Echo Chenesa and 1989. US invaded Panama, no. Operation Just Cause. One more Chenesenwa, leader more, almost by US, one more dinner, some of the two fiasse, US into Maduro's, means a black Jesus and Baba Genedia. Anyway, you're bedding Comominia. Some of the topics now about Tabonteno, Emerson Mabrubu be Brinankasa Eso. Yansha book licking of the highest order, Fifi Kweti. On one catcher in the NBC for such as a Hanman Kasabi almost way as liquor. Just a boot licking pa, or young called the Eruka by. The boys were not saying here and a time.
Over Kaya, there have been some elements within the NBC. One more pushy said, President John Dramani Mahama, they are pushing an agenda for him to go for a third term. Already, Johnson is saying the party's chairman, who from reliable sources, he has an interest in becoming a flag bearer for the NDC. Yes, about out publicly, Abeka said the NDC will not support a third term agenda of John Dramani Mahama because on the party, and they want to push that agenda. And I think so on maintaining Mahama and Kasamshu, on also publicly, what out Abeka said, oh, yeah, and now the other person tell them now, oh, Yamina Duna Nikem, where we are, or for sake. Or nuclear law and any war for them. Then there have been some party people almost the only thing said the constitution as it stands now, there is no clarity as to whether when you have a 4-year term, now area udi cho, now kwa montia area wako tintia, now wasamba, now atwa banamao, now wasamba giving. The constitution is not explicit as to what I said. The 2 terms now year canon. Udi no consecutively, and again you say we be to overcome. Then mum say we 4 years, then we not be after 15. Now I put down one ban. The constitution does not define that quality. And to be supposed to say was a Supreme Court or interpreting sa a ono na ultimately was said. So within 4 years, medium for now for the 1 years they now sign back. And because you already had the 2-year term. But some people say, Omo did say, Omo Pushia Mama. Na answer na Shebegemu, na me on break the can. Mama Yarga at the 2 abontin said, oh, and your monomoka, Nagana 4P, and I can say, oh, so man penny, the 4 years term, not the 4 years, not only there, not only. Inside the human why and so near. Omo kasa ebe for sino. That why then was signed up now ya to Swaba. 31st December, Okaya every year the NDC they've been reliving the 31st December movement, which was championed by late Ferrigan Rollins. 82 a year or 50 and Walker Chair Party one said the NDC as a is not a party with the money and bootlickers. Any sycophants. Abet taking over the party. Now say a bunny one crown, almost year possibly ye, and you know, almost the other on the source answer. So, almost Pushi Mahama say Ombra Tetem. That was not how the NDC was formed. The NDC as a party, which became a party that contested the constitutionally mandated civic elections, you know. And yeah, the Omubes Sosa Rollins in Poa, no form a party, and you said, oh, yeah, or bet now so for several years, and Sana, Oma Upama, Yaya constitutional elections, or no part fast as some ways. They should stop.
I'm your bootlickers.
So blunt. Yes, he was so blunt to say, yeah, Massa for one whole point, and Momon Bessay party. But some party people picked offense with it. Obviously, it was not the appropriate forum for him to have said that.
I don't know who politicians no. Yahoos, justice, sycophancy to the highest level. Uncle Tafre Bahama Pabwa answer Abeka. Rashid,
I think it was the most appropriate forum to have said it because whether they like it or not, it has sent a clear signal saying the leadership of the party is not in for it because the minority in parliament kept humbling, said the NDC wants to use their majority in parliament to change the constitution to give President Mahama a third term. And they were saying it. And so, one, CFN Ketia has denied, say, Omo Person Mahama third term. Ora Fifi Kweten so I deny, say, Omo Person President Mahama third. So, this is sending a clear signal that within the party's leadership, if people push this agenda, it will be fiercely rejected by the top hierarchy of the party. Because one, yes, although he has denied it, the years are still young.
Yeah.
But money legacy.
Rashid, when you say Bono, I could one demubi as I be police faction. Yes, we don't near shooting to now from Flamalebo. Oh, yes, I'm going
to presiding judge in the say. In some way, there are serious allegations, and they are obeying me. Ama who point ama yamani bill. Na judge ne say yɛmfa no nkɔ psychiatry hospital na sɛbisɛbisɛbio yɛnkɔ hwehwɛ n'adwene mu sɛ bibia ɛde yie anaa because I suspected that probably the judge suspected say bi ana nneɛma bi ankɔ yie saa because some of the pronouncements na ɔyɛ no ɔsi nyame ɛna ama ne ho kwan sɛ ɔnsi ha na nsuo ɛbɛsɛe wiase na ɛkɔ wie mu no ɔno adane n'akyi bɛka kyerɛ yɛn sɛ sɛbisɛbio nyame na se ɔde yɛn fun so akyɛ nti ɔmfa nsuo sɛ wiase do
that time na 25th na twam
and let's also be mindful say the court of competent jurisdiction they don't deal with supernatural issues. They don't deal with spirituality. They deal with creating false information, publishing false information with the intent of creating fear and panic. Some people are saying, oh, he was just creating content on social media. But what they have also failed to understand is that the lawyers will tell you that, one, publishing false information with the intent of creating fear and panic. How do I put it? Almost true. I'm a one share your do or providing up upon the Japan. Who are called catcher of this old bono. I say was see at beating me what's name with and saying I make evidence of the show say yes. So maybe those who are arguing say this is like killing a fly with a sledgehammer. No, they should also cast their mind back. Say consistently, you know. We've had people saying, so you actually obi say Obakaya ITP Damparo. Ebedu baby, a do 31st night. The prophet began speaking in parables. So you grab the country. But now, Johnny back to their old days. One of the prophets, I think I sent you the video.
Yeah.
Prophet Baku said there are some people plotting uprising to uproot Mahama or maybe so Bora or Memu Hanobe or America.
I know there. But my many didn't put a young Jesse a chair as rough for 70 Mukura could be Burkina Faso. And when you're hunting and Bopuye. Not just Ghana soldiers to call down.
What I'm gathering is that there's been a strange plane here for one of the northern regions. As to whether of the content of the plane, we are still investigating to see what really made the plane landed. By Bono at the Oshe particular offense, Omode airborne na. Omuchiremo, you'll be already 33 years. After so formally na or security guard na August busuni ni mu e no share niama o ye na se catch am for so December ni be to so diolunum nyame be se nti obeyese enti no eno niama no mo de publication of false news with intent to cause fear and panic.
Rashid, me bacho omo koye no let say wo a wo sisa woni amakudi omo achi no. Mo koye wo say ke twoma so. Na mo ye dem wacha mo. Only Joshua. And say Dr. Mark kura ne we fi ni king ko di mo achi koye.
Paul says, Richie, the truth of the matter is I don't want to use the word gullible, but there are some people who take some of these things with some form of seriousness. No matter how you interpret it, a gullible, one of those things. There are people who take some of these prophets so serious.
I'm welcome.
Yeah, over Philadelphia, Prophet Adumche. Also, say the autonomy nyame. Entiamon from Koton Mujapabie. No mumbefa anton Adumche nyame. To the extent said, Dana Oye in the 31st night watch service. No, the security agencies were watching him. He created traffic for over 6 hours. 6 hours traffic among 4 car traffic. No, not almost 2 fine. But on the 31st night, not all yetino. blocky amount for security agencies, they watch him to do that. They do cross and almost a gas cylinder and almost see when and some of them were able to beat the traffic. So these issues, they are men of God, touch not my anointed, but sometimes some of the things now you're more Ebeya emrano eni omudia ebakasio we no say enya dibia amamfo gidie no mo expressing and all that, but sometimes I don't think say UK ebisi wo say
okay but na nka o makana bodwi se ni die ka o mo de sudi afa na bodwi se no
ebi mu kra be kasi nyame na eyi atrom say ma ba ko 3 tents and I'm like, oh, what is this? Why should
oh na zango fo nyina no mo da apetehye ayi kwata 9 no mo de ahuro mo num na kwanyan joko da ha na o hallucinate na nsem lebre de bebe na disu bia na obeka Rashid ye mwe ni tie mi se benya akwanya ma college na me da wase pi se me frɛ wo na o de o se ayo yaba. Thank you very much Rashid Unbreakable no Rashid Unbreakable nyame adoma me Rashid ebe ye joint program for hopefully from next week moving forward, God willing. But more dia fifi kwete ensem kan no yemobo audios no kakra na ne bofu pa was it enye.
So these days it saddens me when I see so much sycophancy creeping into our party. I see a group of people who obviously, from every indication, they believe that singing the praises of a leader is the only way they can survive. And that's why you hear some of those people even urging statements like there should be a third term. It's just nothing but sycophancy. Pure sycophancy and bootlicking of the highest order. Jerry Rawlings, who was the founder of this party, never at any point was urged by anybody to go for any third term. You have a bunch of sycophants who today think that all they need to do is to sing praises and hoping that some of those praises will get them some opportunities that they are looking for. You don't love our country. You don't love our party. If you do, you will know besides sycophants. It's important for us to appreciate that this party was grounded on the need to work for our people. We say cadres may go, cadres may come, but the revolution has come to stay. That simply means it is not about individuals. It's about us as a collective, ensuring that what is right must be done. So it's important for us to always place this party and this country always at the top. General Rawlings came, serve us to the best of his ability. He's gone. Prof Mills, best of his ability, he's gone. John Mahama is serving to the best of his ability. Bless him, he's doing wonderful. But even his time will come. Why? Because cadres will go, cadres will come, but the great NDC and the revolution has come to stay, and that must always be the number one.
I was over 50 kwete, I don't know, or say there be some shame, no, woman, say, Ayana, Yabema, I assume I see a quartet, no, Benson, or so Munya, I'm training, no. All right, Dr. Muhammad Bamia, or see NDC4 and MPC. NDC4 ana MPC wobekwa kwanim ye bebo audios na frame na fa phone calls no ye fa phone calls no ye bo audios so ebi frame Sani amount from and I want about classroom first me who any abrepa Sani avijapa happy new year.
I think I'm better so
good man
Nyankopon mo kwatintina ho de wa ya bia.
Thank you. Oma also sa mama why
Mechia of Pana of Fonina, any station, your module station, so I idea. Nangopan Canada.
Good.
That was me, Mechia Mampany. Mampany, Yangopan Manatin, and a
amen.
Mechia, Speaker of Parliament, Echia, Hanadisu, Echia, Accountant General, Mr. Akosi, Dr. Akosi, Ajay, Mechiano. Mira.
Yay.
Miss Under the
I have bought a tofa. Conso.
I see, I Ebonoa.
I achieve Bonoa here.
Yeah, Ebono, yeah, Ebono, one was searching.
Why be you?
Brown and Yabuche. Nape a crossover check a sofa for no. So for now, younger point more or more be different ideas. No. Net yet you've been some. I've been put the wasn't as a bank, yeah, FSC parent square. Some will be no money, some will be cast, then the man back what term, or what term we are. You bet you're being cool. Then our party. Then our party. Some of them then, bra. As a Ghana for young Kwan, a pay idea who was the same. And she must have found that ya, my no more be one ma, ya want to. But I'm not as a Ghana, I want to be a so for funny a malam for no. So a deep idea or more church, no. Sassy, you say a brat and no credit. Others cannot open or hope to say. So for my discard, I will go so that at the car, Papamu, at the fear Papamu, no more church members every. Still, no two of them. Ada yɛn into that Brian Fenn is you on saa sɛ mi da kemi tu asa na so baby a smart car me so kra Brian Pacho Rollins obaye ku year bɛn
79 no saba 81
no me fa so the from 71 to 81 or from 81 to 92 how many years
we're looking at about 11 years
11 years. And I was having a friend civilian government how many years?
Obeying for 8 years.
8 years. Everything. Or the first 71 and 20. I have become more years.
Yeah, so we're looking at 19 to 20 years. Yeah.
Okay, sometimes you make some yeah. I'm ready to say you. One more, I'm ready to say. Yeah, so I'm matching. I pick up for Edward Moko to a registration center. Yes, you can hear. Oyama makuma ya me ya ode.
Why fifi kote?
Fifi kote. Oyama makuma ya me ya. O ma na ho so dodo. O ma na ho omra no ase.
Enti de oka no. Wo de ono ne nya adwene. Tetem bank yes. Ana be so kire.
The man na nka so on kote tetem. Wono wasi na yi po so on kote tetem. E na me nya so papa no bibia na ma betima adada na ma asa kote tetem. Na o na ha no say. O ka asam na ka asam no. Na ya tam na o de fa mu so ye. And the time now the bear mun say
oh so okase siko fancy na sabi enya di attempts are
oh bra
enya di attempts say the cobro for kasa ni mu a o say obi a ase hwe say maybe a sani mehu say odi bia ye wo sika ana say your brempo na ma sha say oh say sani nyami shawate na me so na me kwa kotodwem siko fancy no one yes we DNDC for that difficult as mo kai no en hwe ni mu en ase o krokro bi e wo dibia e so boro so
en mu wa kan kasa ma edin
oh it will say we di attempt no
bra e wo kwan bi a wo se ko ka asam no ma e na ti ase
e di catch me wo a 1% kwan Mahama be ko tete o ka wo be ka de say sani
bra mama o be ko tete
fa ho fifi kwete shoe me de catch me say ka o address it public o be ka de say
fifi kwete e bet ma ka se mo a ka se mo be ko de mama be ko tete mo nya abotre papa no amu waso on kwatete enti mo bia ha no simple
okay atias yeah
papa no on kwatete enti mo bia ha no simple da e was me say dey one mo a obi ka asem obi ate obi betima kituo na so say obi sa ka asem ate ni kono no pam dey tin but one obi kituo no ka tete obi agra o me dey go so o ye be ma ko kum ya obi kum
yenya ne TSNDC fo bebre na ani anyi fifi kwete nsem kae ne ho I won ko ana manfo so de o ma dwene ba wa akra ho
da no go for the can was me was am gas me fiasa na nika ni be
yeah but obi so anya ni fie no be hu ni say waka he's been very open and candid at the end of the day no ade no akwala wo no be wuro de du ko fie yesu kuro be wu nti de ntafe no be korokoro obi a yey
ye wo ansem bi won nika me say met ma ka de me pe bia enko si bia wo no wo ye ayi no party no wo no je party na ni mo party ni bia wo nsem I to say bradichi ebuso panyi e ka asem a anaso ko bi boni okay ko yi ka asem ni yama no
mate sani
esa ebuso panyi ko peso di boni a o peso di boni o di beso obi akosi ko yesi eba me say the minimum
yeah
so
Matthias Sani yes I'm for callers living ka ho yeah that's it why thank you very much Gideon Jasuma me yeah fa abeku apom to say
Sariki
afishapa
afi ko mose Sariki bi ya boko
mi dia mi jinsa akra ana ogira ofro visa break boko na we
me kasa fi no akra si ya mo akra Sariki mo akra
ya buru topics so ye ni kobo yeah because of it
and MPP the be make the opposition am just say na must say confuse opposition ho
adey
MPP asa na MPP for the past 1 year ni janem bi o make on botu bia na NDC fa kire no tele MPP vote mint na say ese go manya botre tele which I won't say obi ya de ehun na person ni pa no onye mistake na kana man ni ho a wo say the onye mistake da
obeda na ho so ya
that MPP before the NDC for one NDC for mutu mistake da but so party in power na mistake or your mistake and opposition when you be the so anamebo
correct no correct
it's politics a business it's we a political party no winning strategy now what the politics no we just sign pa no they are in pani ya kwa pada makama wo wa ye na ya ba kele na ye body bebre ba kan say na you put give you bio dan say ya ha MPP go for the time no na end the post for the go for rent jet and pa almost the evidence in ba e tre be go gina na din na ba me Ghana free na na anokwe abana rent jet me bo na say MPP post mo ko ebi MPP the bottom pe mama atata jet pe na mama ta so de modern so ma and so mama aha jet to Dubai Chale, when you have a triple, I'm going to cross check and would be oh, come here, Jana, Mahama, frying pansa. All the 2 months, Mahama had that to go to Dubai, no Mahama, or down some. I saw them. It's a channel Mahama crowd. Everybody gets to come for. Over the quiet, never got down a canine and presenting.
Obi and Shadam for serious.
It's the empty photo was it. As some of the phone come over your canine. Who buy here was a good board book, and then go with the evidence at Chibu. Since you want to submit the air, then I can't say. So we're dancing on family mountain because your MP won't do finance in that mountain. Yes. You're probably have been 2 years. But this time, Ghana fly more wiser than those time, no. So, which in the social media and the traditional media, and I'm going to MPP, and they go. And none of the young summer comes if I come and tell you being saying. And that's what you made them before me, they're called baby out.
No correct, yeah.
And then we go come to become a town march and my agenda more MPP.
The good thing is that
for me.
The good thing is that Sami Jemfia make a statement on the chief executive officer of the Gold Board.
Yeah.
That's why out of painstakingly, Minya compile a segment in extraction. I may explain it to you. I want the masses to understand what Sami Jemfi says. So now the onus rests on the MPP. Based on what Sami Jemfi is saying, he's been exonerated. And there's nothing wrong. It's the MPP now, as a political party, need to come out. Because you're telling us that Bar Rock was incorporated in the year 2025, which was false, according to Sami Jemfi. It was in 2015. During your term, you were indirectly using their services. So why that being in haste? So a whole lot of things that the MPP need to come out and defend themselves, yeah.
But I said no more can no more in Sobia. I said, me say which you true me can me machiase. What I say, and to all quarters me here also with machiase. In 10 years, you quite no born was washias and born washiase. Every before Pramayano. What I say, isn't a much trouble was it. Now I ban by mistake because you ban with the jig on your mistake, you know. How can I say? Temishi. I answer maybe, you know. I attorney general, said one can answer, but the care from you. I attorney general.
Dominic.
A human actually, sir, yeah, administration is as a Minister of Justice, no, Attorney General, so on to me, yeah. The rich Yanni, trouble for the mama, offered Mama, then put for the family.
Okay, yeah. I think, yeah.
Information ministers, Nayasra, or information ministers, Nayasra. Come on, information minister, man. Because the rich press conference or press conference,
action. But you know, in the area of law, a complex kakra. Intina, you man benefit of the doubt. In the area of law, no, I under a more.
Sir Richie, 1 year. Sir Richie, 1 year. Down on the castle, who was figures to Castle, which was said. Mahama, by I'm sure you are able to buy for your sentiment MPP Bakwa to Oklahoma. So, yeah, where.
May I wear pa, but the only your friend say, Chama won't to me, they say, Yaguru, and them cry obey week, innit?
Oh, now won't me Casey, and now say, I didn't say, you wouldn't win tonight. May I won't be going to the charge me that one. Able to charge me brave, but the one they taking it serious. The point I'm going to make over Adomica, he say. That on my shampoo for being saying, Tower check. Then Ghana over the review, because was your take an operator to the percentage, 1% in insurance company to percentage. Now, people who said the Akanadi. Yeah, it's your hand, Mamma Catcher and say, yeah, by a sky train number $2 million a year. So, we say, what you say? Yes, yeah, Japan, board is a remember too. Board 9 years, $2 million I can come. Say, Richie, on the year you've been in a quiet post. No highway, no. Don't road, no. On the number, some I want to run the fast and I for you. No, I told you also, yeah, take that press conference.
Action. Action. Thank you. Money may press conference be wrong. Thank you. Boys and thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Was a press conference, no? Gideon okay. We are Mr. Bonsu. Gideon, I to say. Nice one. Average Japa.
I think say my comment on difficulty issue, no, my address the legal issue, no, because and I am a juma and I am a professional. Me work in DBB. Minya difficulty as I'm no kind, yeah. Yes, me NDC ni born and bred. Utie ushe idea that ye ni so okwan ye fa so adeti NDC yes or make it comment be or say cadets may come
go.
So yes, but you see the idea about community difficulty enya adwene say enye NDC members they started calling Mahama for third term. Ghana for Mimi Okromwa, Ghana for.
Okay.
Ghana for na started and the majority leader erase what Ghanaians are saying in
Parliament. Gideon, census be and say survey be. Survey be and say statistics be a chance Ghana for out of the 34 million population with the voting number of about 16-17 million. Survey be that's because of the conversation, Gideon. It be a what chance Serigi. Survey be. Now after that, the sample, nipa do say papa number 30, yeah.
Mami explaining show. There's never been a survey or anything done by the government or whatever to substantiate this.
Okay.
Uche radio. Now uche in Semekwa. Yeah. But info analytic. We be aba.
Akwame, hey, no akejuzalo.
Months ago. Sorry. Anyway, be aba say Ghana 4% Mahama ede echo second term. Na utie u Ghana me Ghana sesi ameka kire me ne ukase ene me ankasa me ye me research. Enti me ankasa maba Cape Coast. Na utie niema nkrofo ye a eka sebi MPP 4 kra percent Mahama ede echo second term. A sign about na bamboo or the aba. Yes, this one is being a debate. You know, Kasi, you A plus, class or no, or testing law, no, because of person Mahama Ede, ever second term. And NDC 4 and they started second term. Ghana citizens and they started third term for Mahama. And NDC majority leader and some of the parliamentarians are raising some topic, no. Parliament.
Gideon, but for info analytics for no survey no send me because meaning say the global info analytics polling firm shows President Mahama enjoys a strong approval rating. Approval rating we are talking about here, 67% across Ghana.
When you approval rating,
and then as he completes the first year of a second term, indicating broad public confidence in his leadership. No one mentioned about a third term.
Yes. No. See.
And it's any approval into no. You better find say I'm for pen for the third term.
See, approval.
Do me the favor and send it to me, please.
Messenger man. Now what boy.
Oh, don't be saying info global info analytics today. Pool and you bet me I ready. I will be a team. Yeah.
Yes. Messenger man. That is one. And see, you fifi kote on yakuma. Yes, some people are saying this, but we all. See, you see, the government is by the people and for the people. So at the end of the day, Ghana for say you person Mahama ekote tema. Me, if you kote oni bibiaka.
Okay.
Ghana for neka. But what must say?
Yeah, but the president with all his the president with his credibility, integrity, reputation, it doesn't want to soil it.
Exactly.
The president made mention say he's not interested in it.
Mahama out say only interested in third term.
But you never know the next 2-3 years.
Deputy Mahama no on dene ho. Ghana for na didn't see ho. It's Ghana for ka say ye person ko third term. Mahama only say.
I was all
oblige.
Okay.
You know, it's constitution now. Read the preamble now. Yes, the government is for the people and by the people.
And Abraham Lincoln's worker. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, say Ghana for at the end of the day, say A plus in the case in the court. No, we need to say okay, Mama and Coy, and one is on a referendum.
Near her majority, Benyanafi, amend the constitution. No, they are questioning.
The person Ghana Bahama court tema ufifi kote unya sembiaka mimi amijina mimi asembiaka
Gideon and I say have a pleasant stay in Ghana.
No
who you say
maminka asemba kote
I try 1 minute na na boku jina so 18681 jina so be so
mimi so acha mijina so be
kwaso
you see in Crawford council you pese ejele in Crawford me a lawyer ni ohana minim de wo. You see, we had the past 8 years. Now, the former Attorney General, Otumiko no wa yefre be witness tampering. No, wako yes ano person do bitum. And this are buying tisa. So you kokota ye the evidence. And it be asem. Now, Attorney General we say on making sure say Ghana ni biya so ye NDC ni o ye MPP ni o. You do betum wrongly. Into fact, in so I an investigation. No nya investi onya ni witnesses ni facts ni evidence na odwako court. Your friend no due process. Yeah? And this in persecution. Yeah, persecution. Yeah, prosecution. Until me pacho yetie for no by explain chromo.
Gideon.
The will of justice grind slowly.
Spare me the rhetorics here, Gideon. For Christ's sake, brother.
Yeah.
So are you telling me, sir, we cannot facilitate every single effort by way of bringing someone to book based on said the person, maybe the monthly salary was 10,000 Ghana cedis. He's been able to accumulate wealth worth about $5 million within the wake of 2-3 years. Why can't we set his income against his expenses, how luxurious life is living, and then make drastic approach? We don't call that persecution. Of course, mathematically, me no me wo na se ba ko give 5,000 bosome. Na se I my quote down 2.5 million. Na me other source of income. Why should I be? Why can't you implicate me, Gideon? Me but for 1 minute na yem for mo jina so no. Aye,
entity.
Maybe I'm ignorant. So tell me.
Kingdom. Me about United Kingdom. And I've always said, and your emotions, and facts and evidence.
Okay.
Yeah, so nipa no income no so na when you sika bi say me no to UK sisi a ye koto Range Rover sisi a na etua cash ye best submit your details ama police no man investigate here na police ma say be choose straight away on be investigation and who said omanya evidence
source of income or source of income or tax obligations.
Exactly. They are charged to court.
Correct.
The UK system in choose say they will court. They are charged with that evidence.
Anyway, Gideon, you have a point from legal perspective. That's why we struggle. In some cases, will never get settled, and then people were exonerated, and the poor will remain poor. The vulnerable will remain vulnerable. Gideon, may that say? Let me say, we see in your time, this time come on.
1 second.
1 second. Or the 10 seconds.
You see, we share your Chrome Hanma. You didn't throw any corruption at it. It's not easy to get those evidence to settle cases.
Okay.
The Americans say. The same people, the same Ghanaians now. Ochembamba say Attorney General wa nyewa adwuma ye no akọcha obi. Me pa mo chew mo mayema Attorney General no.
Enye na adwuma.
On an investigation. Say the be court obey winning cases. Yeah, situation na. Try o share the former disgrace Attorney General.
Yeah, nipa make gio mo Google line echi no. Mema amre next week. You be classroom with them. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Ayaboku. Hello, 681.
Hello. My chair.
Open guest here, Nana Pia, Nana Hackney, East London. Yamonkomo.
Now, me say, your friend is saying, your politicians, see, Nana, Omodin said, Sabi, I didn't know that it's you, yeah, 5 years too much.
Nana day.
Because let's see, and somebody I know and as a kind of what majority of us intimate name. Never make an say. Tell me enough of when you see can I say me. What's in Ghana? Yet it's a one crony. It's not like that. Because your friend said, a police officer, Kwame Nkrumah, what do you mean? Yeah, took you about Kwame. What do you mean? Danny Pano. Now, or ye, or domain, or sacrificing a muja, effort, or Maya, ye, Timus, ye, join. And these all cast yet the key and crony and Iswa. Sabi, as a politician, or one, and Yadia, who say, yeah,
yes, I see a jatum, your dumb, sir.
What did they mention? I say, because they say, it won't tell ya, who watch it.
Yes, and I also fear and panic. I did like a canoe.
Of course, fear and panic, and oh, yeah, yeah, and a chain said, original platforms, and the woman seeker. Adada war, a catcher will say, or Bobby see currents, and now say, or Bobby, ye what ye amount. A quaya wouldn't am sure a kumni Bobby Donna, your main road, you been far a kum. Yeah, near the other. Now politicians, Jimmy Vision platform, a catcher and say, bye, may we say a bit. Why are they not being charged? Almost
misleading information, luring us into believing so Obayajuma.
I didn't in a police for Omudi, Sani, and Omkini Panye, because it's the Moka Modu Mukombe. No, because or prom promos and why in some Okana and your facts near the other. But Sami was doing the same thing. wɔn nyinaa na wɔn keka nsɛm a ɛnni mu a ɛyɛ ɛyinom
by then yeah
adi nti ɛna wɔn mu mmara ntumi ɛne wɔn mu nni sɛ wɔn yɛ sika na wɔafɔ nipa ahotɔ a wɔte so bibi a wɔte so wɔn mu de polisifoɔ ne wɔn adi tia.
A very good point, Panana. I was here, a politician. Rashid, what you man know? You're better politicians be next week. Maybe some more day at the match.
Because they have to be watching them because Omuni lawmakers, Omuna am brand or say, Hachi, Sa Ebutile, and Ameba.
Correct, exactly.
You know, any Sa, you know, a idea. Then, Omuma platform, so we are in they have to start your friend saying say
I'm sure say arrest you be also yeah and yes I couldn't ye nana I couldn't ye da nana meda was say thank you
yes
thank you
the mean just say we ba no abeka say e be ba be isi e be ba be isi e be ba be you got e be yi yes na trotra ni question ni
nana abrochira hanuman kenya dey aha nka umba resign what does it but enya sanity
your friend is saying the finance minister was okay at the end say a car yabo bubu on the number obi antimi misani
okay nanado okay nanado ana kan mahama
what na make kana say
ura mahama
oforiata onu ani ministers e ba say
yempeno ozi openo nana boku I know I'm a scash
on number now obi antimi
ediga yenko chi nanado so yenko chi nanado
because say the fee bra now we the you yes say
wakofa lawyer kesie bi pa nana meda wase pia yembre nti thank you very much nana bye Mr. Bonsu oni edu be twatwo Mr. we yetimi fa ko bia me hu se 52 a woni abre power che yetimi fa ko bia bi after Mr. Bonsu ya welcome ya Joso afisha
na opeji eyi asem gold board ni eyi sense ma o mo kan opeji o se yeti ase SMO focus ni ba sia to say the kojo upon from my kasa no sia na samija fika ya na that time people for be you know to say they say ndc for kasa enya no kre until sa ban sisan e be hu say into dream ni kata asisa na ekosu ni into obanyi sa asem ni de kopin sa ban be sesa no ana before from be ba no me nka hwemfa ho chaban ni sesa ana e be hu de wo bankasa no panya asem ya fifi ko ken ya amanfo tutia na tutu bi ma no fifi ko tenye na no be sha se ka ta se mi omo sha se amoba ya omo che NPP fo nkrofo omo wie sika ne ade no oba begina ahonom sa aka se ye nkrofo within the NDC a omo sise akira omo kati deals ema nkrofo na ye be che wo mo ne se de e beja wo mo na nkrofo na omo leta no omo hwe yi entinye na fifi kwete oye outspoken about sanye ma say wakabida ana tete mi asema omo ken Gideon be me fact Gideon I think say a lawyer he deals with facts into getting the facts here info global info analytics omo yi number be here no ma anya for term omo de number here no mo ye for nema miensa omo ye for presidential term extension omo ye for separation of powers and omo ye for age threshold into omo anya for term no omo share extension ni say bi omo be twim from 4 years back for 5 years.
I don't put things that within the confines of the election review committee and I'm your proposals here.
Entrenched position. Entrenched position no parliament ni ho hweka ye we are just said about referendum. I'm a referendum 40% na what say to aba no 40% of registered voters na what say to aba no. The two abani we kura na he has 75% echo yes for the third term. Etinye ade e just easy. Na opanyi kwasi prati be cast bi. Na me hwe ma mo asem na o ka na no kre. Che say NDC pursue this third term out. On my man easy, I'm NPP beba power. But that's it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bonsu. I would like to say thank you very much. Very much. I said, Uncle, Mamuna. You're from Government for Sir Richard. I don't know from here. Me picture me, and then you remember that if you are branching out, then Zabredi right after me. DJ Makosa was a walla. I was jamming. I must say, the Kajania said, Mama's choice before not bear. Or German so do on my bonsa and Kabi. Remember more fisher pebium. God willing next week. Nana Kodria of Irif. Nana Yankwada. Nana Michabi. Honorable Fico. Upon to say. Papa ni numu tete. Honorable Abolo tete. Abeku. Michabi. Thank you very much and thanks once again. Take care of yourself until next week. It's Tala. Bye.
Rainbow Radio.
Yedi abrochiri aba Ghana. Yedi Ghana akwa abrochiri.
Rainbow Radio.
Yedi abrochiri aba Ghana. Yedi Ghana akwa abrochiri.
Me obesima. Enti me twin me kuniyem kom. Ebinom say eye true enti ina ya worry action. Nanso the secret am say me kojomu a nya me hwehwe ya mama's choice. Say ya mama's choice fufu. Say ya mama's choice abe. Nikari anaso mama's choice mackerel and one ajima worry esiwo you mama's choice.
And now can you say love? Mama's choice. A kaime kwa ibrichumeduane. The best choice to make is Mama's choice. Mama's choice. Ghana ni dishi and oye or boy kwafwechidom. And I'm say or to end by any if Ghana kwafo no dia pomudin bina asane akahu. Mama's choice fufu eso. And this is a yanum de yaukana Africa tezi suno. Ukweja manswa. And my choice beer and that dow. Mama's choice fufu. Mama's choice abe. Mama's choice Gary. Mama's choice mackerel. Nefa jiwawa resiwo. Mama's choice products now in all UK shops. For bulk purchase, call 078-0822-5757. Mama's choice. Be dear, you be